3, 2, 1. Hello, everybody, and welcome to That's Football in. And if you're a goat, you'll already know we're in the podcast set for our second Euros watch-along. It's Switzerland, my dark horse, against Hungary. Will's pick to win the Euros. How you doing?
Yeah, lovely stuff, Mark. 18 months I've been waiting for this moment to sit next to you and do a That's Football live stream. It's an honour, it's a privilege, and it's a pleasure to be with all of you today. Yesterday the tournament kicked off in a bit of a damp fashion for me, actually.
Oh, I enjoyed it.
I didn't know. I really like the Scottish, which I know really annoys them when you say it because it feels a bit more patronising. But terrible game yesterday. By the end of it, I switched over to the golf. But I'm ready for this one. I'm hungry for action.
Good stuff, good stuff. Hello, everybody in the chat. Hope you're doing well. Rosemary's hungry. What's she hungry for? Maybe a big 6-footer from Subway. See what I did there. There's loads more where those came from.
6-footer? Bloody hell, that's the same size as me.
A 6-incher, I meant.
Yeah.
Rosemary, don't take a 6-footer. It's way too big. Yeah. She might be satisfied by that. We're talking about food. It's a 2 o'clock kickoff. Make sure you subscribe, bottom right-hand corner, and get involved. We have got Switzerland against Hungary. We've also got a lot to discuss as well. I've upset a few people with this whole Euros thing.
That's not like you.
No. I mean, you'll have seen the clip that I said about people who are fair weather fans in the Euros. Admittedly, I do it with the Super Bowl, rugby. But I don't really want to talk to you if you are a football fan.
Be professional,
who
please.
It says That's Football's live. That is professional. It's a notification for everybody. Hello from Australia. This is Tom Cruise. And
Tom Cruise?
It won't be the real one. See, he's not used to this.
Could be the real. How do you know?
You're like one of them fans. Euros, England. Well, what's that? Will, what's that? It's a message. It's coming home. It's coming home.
It is coming home.
Yeah, you'll get, basically, when you do live streams,
I've done live streams
people
before.
Will do made-up names.
On Sky Sports.
Super chats will come in.
Dougie Critchley,
you
actually.
Have to read them.
He used to get done a few times in hilarious fashion.
Yeah, I don't get done anymore. But you'll get super chats that you have to read, and if they want to call your names, you've just got to read it.
One here says, not that blue-nose scumbag, so that's a lovely way to start the screen.
Yeah, rest in peace to the ex-Blues goalkeeper as well.
Yeah.
26.
Very sad news. Kevin Campbell as well.
That's the one. I mean, I don't want to tear death because the only thing I want to do is tears about death. It's very sad, but I don't know anything about that goalkeeper. It's very, very sad, and he's way younger than Kevin. But the thing about Kevin Campbell for me is, and I said it on the United Stand this morning, I'd had a couple of interactions with, more than a couple actually, thinking about it when I was driving over. I'd spoken to him a few times, whether it was on Arsenal fan channels or whatever, and I think even DMs. I didn't want to have a look to see because I just feel it's quite sad. But one thing about Kevin Campbell that will always stick with me, and football Twitter people will know, is that this apparently is quite a sudden illness, but his continued positivity in the morning on Twitter went on for years, and everybody, you know, in my interactions, what a lovely man. But he always had these positive tweets in the morning.
Yeah,
it's always the good, I think, get taken.
A real nostalgia player for me as well, of obviously when Wayne Rooney was coming of an age and sort of that mentorship, and then obviously when he was at Baggies and involved in that great escape that kept them up as well. So yeah, very sad.
Someone says you're in a pub, get some pints in. I've got to drive later, so I will have one in the Croatia-Spain game. I'll have one, and we'll put a bit of lemonade in. That much. Yeah. And then that much, But we'll have one in the second game. But we're here for Switzerland against Hungary. Let's have a little bit of respect for them. Jack Burton says Hungary are better than overrated England and could get a result against Germany. Talking at his arse. Get him blocked. Get him out.
Well, Mark, do you know Hungary have scored the most set-piece goals of any side during UEFA Euro 2024 qualifying, penalties excluded, scoring 7 goals from such situations, 3 corners, 3 free kicks and 1 direct free kick. So watch out for that today.
Well, I think we remember from our Goldbridge Saves Football podcast, which you can listen to on Spotify.
Please do.
Coming in your ears is... Hungary, as far as I can't remember, but I think Hungary are one of those teams that are defensively not good, but attack is good.
I think that was all the teams that you referenced.
Apart from Albania, who I think are good at the back, who play late and against Italy. A
good day. This is probably the worst fit. Sometimes I think, who are the people that are watching watch-alongs? You know, a lot of people. But I think this is the game where this is the perfect watch-along companion.
I think the evolution... Welcome to the Members Club, KC. You're going to get massive shout-outs here because that means you're getting a badge, you're supporting this community. Remember, we're doing every single Euros game as a watch-along across 3 studios, TNT and... They're not even in it. Leave TNT out of this. BBC and ITV, have some of that because we've got 3 studios. We've got the Goldbridge original studio. We've got the pub... Yeah. And we've got the Manchester studio ready to go tomorrow as well. So we're ready for this. But I think the evolution of the watch-along has revolutionised football because I agree. I remember the first real World Cup for me was Italia 90, but the one where you were a little bit older. So I would have been secondary school for 94. England weren't even in it. Oh, yeah. Games were kicking off at the earliest game was 9 o'clock. There was a 2:30 in the morning game and an 11 o'clock game. They were all on TV. No England in it. Imagine that. Yeah. And you'd stay up until like 1:30 to watch Colombia play Tunisia. Yeah.
And know nothing about them.
And there was no internet. Yeah. And there was certainly no watch-along. Whereas I think the watch-along, you can start talking about, what you're going to help us with our order in between the 2 games of football, food-wise. And, I've got a story about a dog pissing on someone's garden this morning. Wow. I've got loads of stories. Polar bears might come in. And I think it just makes it... that little bit better.
This is what I think the podcast should be for 50 minutes of the episode, but this is where we get normally 10 minutes, a bit of silliness. Now we've got 2 watch-alongs back-to-back of just pure silliness and a bit of in-depth football knowledge.
Well, we do the podcast Goldbridge Saves Football on Spotify, which you can listen to every Monday, but I, for next season, think we should live stream it on YouTube at the same time.
Wow,
I've said that before. Interactivity is what it's all about.
Can I read some people who've paid there?
Yeah.
Some, thank you very much.
Encourage them to pay more because it will pay Will's wages. If we get £50 in Super Chats, Will gets £5.
Wow.
He's getting 10% of the Super Chats, so...
And that's 1 chicken wing when the Nando's order comes. So it comes in and it comes out. Luke says, Will is your perfect watch-along companion. And that's had 4 likes, and none of those are from me. Massive thanks, Luke. Rudolph the Red says, afternoon, Mark, Will. Hope you're both well. So very inclusive community here. Thank you very much for getting me involved straight away.
Yeah, a lot of people saying it's Mark bold. I think it's the harshness of this light on here.
Probably just that haircut.
Yeah, it's making me look bold on the side. We'll do something about that.
No, it just looks like a nice fader. You're fine.
Yeah, that light's better.
Don't overthink
that one's better. Don't overthink it. Have we got the... I'm just going to go to... No, that was for last night. Don't want to go on that website.
What are you looking for,
God, I give the phone to my missus all the time. What? I'm just going into my other tabs. One of them, she'll divorce me.
What's she doing?
She's not doing anything.
Oh, God.
There's 4 or 5 people doing something, though.
Do you want you after the lineups?
Yeah.
I've got them here.
Go for it. Read them out. Oh, they'll be on the screen for you lot anyway.
Yeah,
we can't.
I need to pick. I'm also going to put a little bet on as well. Am I right to do that with an unnamed bookies brand?
Yeah, as long as you don't. Yeah, people like that sort of stuff.
I'm going to put basically what I've been doing for every England game since 2018. I've put a £5 on a centre back to score first goal scorer, and that came to fruition.
Niall, this peppermint tea's a little bit. It's not warm enough. So when you've finished that, come
on. Was Harry Maguire against Sweden? That's probably one of my favourite days ever. And then I had John Stones on in the last one. That didn't pay dividends. So maybe an Orban to score today. Or maybe an Akanji for Switzerland.
I'm a little bit disappointed because I'm looking at Hungary, that's why. Not disappointed. Oh, no, I am looking at Hungary.
One of your players that you said wanted to watch was...
Okafor,
yeah, on the bench.
He's on the bench, yeah. I think Switzerland's really interesting. I've got them as my dark horse of the tournament, with Austria potentially, and maybe Niall's Czech Republic. But I do remember Switzerland.
I'm Czech Republic.
You're Czech Republic, and he's Austria. Then he's better than you. When you look at that team for Switzerland, Sommer, we all know about him, nearly joined Man United. Rodriguez seems to have been playing for years. Akanji at Man City, very good. Shah at Newcastle, obviously very good player. Xhaka, we all know about him.
What a renaissance Xhaka had as well. Like a bit of, not a laughing stock at Arsenal, but to go out there and then do what he's done with Leverkusen as a leader of that team. Sometimes you look for those stories and narratives, and what a lovely story that is, Mark.
Yeah, it is. And but I think Switzerland, Embolo, I remember he was meant to be the next big thing at one point. Okafor, don't know how old he is, but he's a good player. Where is
Shaqiri on the bench?
Shaqiri, he's on the bench.
How old do you think Shaqiri is?
35.
25 he is.
No, he's bloody not. I nearly had that. Looking at the Hungarian side, they are a team that over the years has become quite consistent at qualifying. Obviously, Szoboszlai, the number 10, the captain, plays for Liverpool. Kirkez, Man United, been linked to him, the left back. Orban is a player that you just mentioned. Varga, heard of him.
You got Callum.
I think the goalkeeper is quite well known, isn't he?
Yeah, he's one of the Leipzig guys, isn't he?
Yeah.
You got Callum Styles as well, who currently was on loan at Sunderland last year from Barnsley.
There you go.
Callum Styles.
Rebecca's nice. Have you read her super chat? Says, afternoon, both. Studio looks great. Hope this game will be better than yesterday. Are we still getting a podcast on Monday? She's a big fan of the podcast, Rebecca.
Are we getting a podcast on Monday?
Yeah, I want to take... Well, I'm happy to do it here. I want to take the piss out of De Zerbi a bit. I mean, I think there's so much going on up the podcast where, we can talk about the Euros, but we've got so many watch-alongs for that. I think there's so much going on in general football that maybe we can talk about here. But I did say about De Zerbi being a bit overrated and ended up at Marseille.
But I think it's hard for him because he's not the one stoking those fighters, right? There's something that's gone on at Brighton. We don't know the full story.
It's a step down, though, isn't it?
But if he's left Brighton for reasons that we don't know and he's gone in at Marseille, that is an absolutely massive club that maybe with Mbappe leaving PSG, there's a bit of it's not so much of a step up now going. Like, you could be the one to bring Marseille back to the dominance that we used to remember back in the 90s.
Yeah, I think it's, I've got to say, if you were a footballer playing for Brighton and you're being linked to Liverpool, Man United, Barcelona, Bayern Munich, and you sign for Marseille, put it like that.
Yeah.
Put it like that.
I know, but he's not in control of those rooms. Like, he might literally just be like,
No one wants him.
But I also think it was the best of a bad situation because.
Well, that's what I mean. I always said with De Zerbi, there was there was a lot of United fans who really wanted him, and a lot of hipsters who really like him. But I think the reality of the situation is, and some people don't like it, Pochettino got sacked at Chelsea, and I don't think he should have done.
No.
And De Zerbi, I think there was an element of the sack from Brighton as well. I think it was. He was probably flirting around. And Brighton, to be fair, what they gone and got? This St. Pauli manager, haven't they, or something like that?
The 31-year-old.
Yeah, Brighton, they've lost managers before, and I think they just thought about De Zerbi. I think there was an element of getting rid of De Zerbi.
Yeah, no, I think just the way it was very like the statements and the way he left, even on like the last game of the season, it just felt a little bit like both sides were annoyed, didn't it? So,
Chris Ryan says he's better than Ten Hag. Yeah, Chris, everybody's better than you. Sliced bread's better than you.
Well done, mate. You really come out fighting.
I did. I was going to do something about the mum, but I have to watch about 9 o'clock.
Okay, yeah. Let's get a coffee for Mark.
Pint.
Edgy says, rest in peace, Sarkic did amazing for Blues. I really wanted to sign him, but absolutely fantastic keeper and such a great loss at such a young age.
Look like Jimmy Somerville now. I was going to read it as Savile.
Yeah.
Jimmy Somerville, I'll live with.
Jimmy Somerville?
Don't leave me this way. I can't survive.
No.
I can't. Communards, great song.
When was that? 40s, 50s? 80s.
I think he's still alive, Jimmy Somerville. But I'd definitely be Jimmy Somerville over Jimmy Savile.
Well, yeah, I don't think we'll be doing an either or on the podcast about that.
We could get the poll going.
Yeah.
Who would you rather go to? Anyway, lots and lots of love for the Goldbridge Arms.
Yes,
amazingly, I forget because the podcast is quite new that we do have a Colts podcast called Goldbridge Saves Football that we do together, and we do put clips up on That's Football, but some of you may not even be aware of it. So nice to introduce you to it, and we'll be doing a lot more in it next season. What a sad day. Rest in peace, Kevin Campbell, says the Dugout Football Channel. Yes, 100%. And Sarkic, yes. Very sad. It's just very, very sad. But lovely guy as well, which a lot of people say that about the dead. And I went to a funeral once and everyone was saying it. And I went, let's be honest, it's a sad day, but he was a bit of a prick.
Yeah. Well, you can always tell the people that are absolute bastards, you can always tell by the attendance.
Yeah. But no, Kevin Campbell is fantastic. Rumbled says volume's a little bit low. You're the only one saying it, so maybe turn it up a little bit.
You get a lot of that sometimes.
Yeah.
People...
Yeah, we can knock it up a little bit anyway. I can show Niall how to do it. But we've got 6,000 people watching. Remember, we're doing every single game as a watch-along. We've got 3 watch-alongs today. Look, Germany, Scotland last night.
Wow.
I mean, I said Mick Hucknall, Simply Red.
Yeah. I mean, me and Noel would just be, every time you watch that challenge.
It's worse.
Oh, my God. I mean, he literally could have took his foot from his leg.
It was disgusting.
It was absolutely... And I don't think there was no intention there, just because it was a scramble and he was going for the ball, but...
It's one of them penalty box things where you just flow yourself at it, don't you?
Yeah, and he's caught him, but my word. And I just thought, a lot of people are talking up Germany, but I think Roy Keane did a 7-minute rant on it, but like, Scotland were absolute... And I had a banger tweet last night, gone viral, Mark.
What was it? I
just said I knew Scotland were in trouble when Kieran Tierney was celebrating the goal kick in the 3rd minute. Like, I just thought...
That's your level, that is.
Yeah, well,
like football ramble.
1 million impressions.
Middle class football.
Yeah.
Comment.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's your.
I've just been to Benidorm, which I think would be very much, you'd like that as a holiday place. I'm very much like Centre Parks with a hot tub.
You were there ironic, weren't you?
Yeah.
Mocking the people.
I really did enjoy
Whereas
it.
they're my people.
I did enjoy it.
You can put me in Saint-Tropez or Benidorm, Skegness or Sandbanks, and I'm a man of the people. But no, you know, like that episode of The Office where David Brent does that dance and then he goes, I've sort of fused Riverdance with MC Hammershit.
Yeah.
I think that Scottish player who I can't pronounce his name, was it Portas? I think he'd be in there after the game. So I sort of fused every bad element of a tackle off the ground, 2-footed, stud showing, and a bit of scissors.
Yeah, and I've tried to kill him.
It was one of the worst tackles I've seen in years, and thank God Gundogan's okay, because he could have snapped his ankle into.
But I think they just, you can bring up the skill and big up like the intricate footwork when they were in the box and they were playing it around. But I just really think that owed to how like lack of intense Scotland were, weren't they? For that first goal, like Florian Wirtz is probably the man to watch for Germany at the tournament with Musiala, and he's got acres of space on the box. Angus Gunn with a weak hand. Angus Gunn obviously been watching the 50-shot challenge, putting saves off like that from myself.
I just thought one of the goals, it might have been Musiala's as well. It was almost like when you play FIFA, because FIFA's not like real life. You know, the little triangle through ball, touch, cut back, square.
It was just the way they were jockeying with them.
And then he turns it and he does the sort of finesse curler, which it wasn't... I mean, Fulkrug's goal as well. Okay, what a smash. He can hit the ball, can't he?
Yeah. Well, when it went 4, I turned it off and watched the goal.
Did you?
Yeah, just, you know, when it's just like that, you're just like... Somebody stop it.
Yeah, but that's where the Watchalong comes into its own, because you can just be chatting away and having a bit of a laugh. Reminded me of Romero on Enzo in Tottenham versus Chelsea, red card tackle. Should have got 2 reds, says Mike. It's funny, actually. I saw someone in the chat last night saying, shouldn't have got a red, it's double jeopardy. And I was thinking, imagine if that was the case. The referee went, I know you nearly broke his ankle, but you've already got a penalty.
Gundogan's got his ankle in his hand.
Yeah. The double jeopardy only applies when it's
not attempted murder.
Yeah, that was definitely a red.
But even just like, I just thought like, Shea Adams was absolutely left up front, like wandering about, like with absolutely nothing to do, so...
Sam Sweeney says, love from us, Queensland, Australia. Can you say up the Macaroons? Sorry, Maroons. I do like macaroons. I was just thinking about macaroons. And Bart says, for me, this seems to be the most equal match in the first round of matches. What is your guys' result for this match?
I need to pick my goal scorer.
Bart.
Can someone in the chat now just give me a centre back to back?
Sure. Does well. He scores for Newcastle.
No, I want to do Hungary because of that set piece record.
Who's the centre back?
Orban.
Orban, yeah, that sounds good. This, of course, is Scotland and Germany's group, so I think that...
Well, if you're Scotland, you need like a 3-0 Hungary to get the goal difference. Because Scotland could still win a game, but then their goal difference is bad, isn't it?
Well, it was going off in the chat last night because I said goal difference is going to be really important and people going head-to-head. I said, I'm not talking about in the group. I'm talking about that third place thing where they put them into a league. So you can't be head-to-head, it's goal difference. And Scotland are in trouble a little bit, aren't they? But look, if Scotland have... Let's just not think about Scotland for now. Let's just have a look at Switzerland and Hungary. And I'm actually looking forward to Germany's next game because I think Scotland, they played well, but Hungary and Switzerland will give them a bit.
What's the actual test there, isn't it?
Yeah, but I did say keep an eye on Germany, didn't I?
Yeah, very bold shout from you. Yeah, how many? I mean, I think
they're not fancied.
Everyone's final 4 is England, Germany, Portugal, France, isn't it?
Paul Matt says, best excuses to call into sick to work, watch England tomorrow when your boss knows you want to watch the football, lads. Paul, I would go on the internet, find a picture, because you'll find anything on there, of a toilet full of
shit
or sick.
Can you swear on that?
And then send it to your boss and say, look, I am an England fan, but what can't speak, can't lie. My toilet's full of this.
Yeah. Just message me if you want. I've been in Benidorm for the week. I've got numerous pictures that could probably get you off work for a week, a month, or a year, just depending on the severity.
Anyway, the world we live in now, let's not forget, employees have got rights. He can't sack you because he thinks you wanted to watch the England game. He can try, but actually, I will take that back. If you're working in like a local mechanics or something like that, they'll get away with murder. If you're working for a proper company with a proper employee policy, they'll struggle to get in trouble for that. Make sure you subscribe, by the way, bottom right-hand corner to do that. Who's going to score? Yeah. Shifty says family emergency. It's vague and they can't ask any more questions.
That's
the mic drop there.
Yeah.
Family emergency. Just leave it at that. Yeah, they won't dare go anywhere near that HR point of view. It's a shame you're not a woman because there's loads you could do there that a male boss is never going to go anywhere near. Stomach cramps. Yeah, some.
I used to work at a pub and I got my mate to ring off a payphone pretending he was my uncle to have a night out once when I was 18. Will can't come in right now.
Worst one I did, and I did feel a little bit guilty, and some people in here will know. I used to go to college in Nottingham when I was about 17, 18, and we used to go in the after. We'd finish at 1, and then we'd go to Liberty's bar near the Market Square. Used to do £1 a pint. Tasted horrible, but everyone would go there. And on a Friday night, I'd have to work at the Cockgrave golf course.
You used to work at a golf course?
Yeah, behind the bar. So I'd go and have 2 or 3, and everyone would finish by about 4. And then I'd just get on the bus, get ready, go there. Yeah, be a bit of a livener. I always used to have a couple of pints before I went to work, actually. You know, thought I was like Tom Cruise behind the bar.
That sounds really unhealthy.
Anyway, this one afternoon, there was a few opposite sex people joining us, and we were having a really good time, and everyone decided they weren't going to go at 4 and they were going to make a night of it. And I was like in a dilemma.
Right.
And I either had to get on the bus or get on the phone and tell them I wasn't going to work.
What did you do?
Peer pressure said get on the phone.
Yeah.
By which time I'd had about 4, and I rang up and I hoped to get like the bar manager, and I got the actual manager.
Oh no!
And they were like, I was going to say I was sick, but I was too drunk, so I ended up losing my job because I just was like, I'm in town, I've had too much to drink, I'm just going to stay out, I can't make it. And they were like, you can't do that. I went, well, I can. They went, you can't, and you're sacked if you do. And I went, better find a new barman. See you later.
And then you got sacked.
Yeah, but I sort of sacked myself.
Yeah, you sort of thing you only do once, don't you? And then you learn from it. I don't think I've ever done it since.
I think that's the only time I've been sacked, actually.
I don't think I've ever left. Yeah.
Orban first goal, says Pyro.
I'm going to get him on. Yeah.
And would you take Fulkrug at United, says Nacho. He's 31.
Yeah, but you love that sort of signing, don't you? Your Regalos, your Weghorsts, your Henrik Larssons.
Oh, yeah, I like Henry Larsson. I don't like the other ones. Fondue better than goulash. Love it. Love that.
Fondue better than goulash. I'd actually disagree if you...
Yeah, I prefer goulash.
If you're having a proper meal, have you ever been to Budapest?
They could have... He's messed that up. He's thinking letters.
Right.
So fondue is Swiss and goulash is Hungarian, and goulash, in my opinion, is better. But if he'd said Toblerone...
Yeah, you got no. I don't really like Toblerone, actually. I'd have still gone goulash.
What else is Swiss?
Do you think anyone's ever dipped a Toblerone in a goulash?
Might have done it in a gash.
Yeah, let me hear. Oh, hang on, let me get this bit on.
Goulash is nice. We used to have it. I've not had goulash in ages, but it's a bit like a Hungarian stew.
How'd you bar people from the chat, Matt? Mark, someone said Musiala is just so obviously clear of Bellingham. Can we get that person removed? Even though they have paid, you can stay in.
Yeah. I tell you what, though, seriously, I bet, when I used to work in the police and you'd speak to paramedics, if it was a slow night and you saw them at McDonald's or something, the one question I always used to ask is, come on, tell us a few stories. And they'd be like, oh, I can't. I said, come on, I'm not asking for their address and their name. Just say person A did this. Oh, some of the stories.
Yeah, for consumption at 2 p.m. on a...
Somebody had most of a Toblerone up their backside would be tame to compare to some of the stories they would tell.
It would melt as well, and then you wouldn't know what was Toblerone and what
kinky.
Was...
Yeah. Light bulbs.
Light bulbs, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's always a bit of a turn on.
The thing is...
Thank you.
I'll serve them up. The thing about a light bulb is, I've changed a light bulb before, and they are quite...
I've shoved one up my arse.
But they are quite... They could easily crack.
Oh, yeah.
So imagine that popping on its way up.
Well, there was when we got to school, it was obviously the emergence of the internet, and there used to be one on the internet called. It was basically a website URL you'd put in, and it was a man squatting over something, and it would break.
Mark used to work everywhere, says Taff. I have worked at a lot of places, which makes me laugh because people think I went to university and I'm a Tory and I'm actually working class and didn't do A-levels.
No.
I'm a contradiction.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter. Everyone's different.
Boy done good for himself.
Yeah, well done, mate.
As I said, I can mix it up in Benidorm as much as I can mix it up in the Seychelles.
Sergeant Bash says... Oh,
Man of the people.
Was Sergeant Bash the good one on Robot Wars? Or was that just... he said, who would win in a scrap between you two?
100% would be me.
Why?
Because I'm trained.
I've got the reach. I'll just keep you away.
I am trained.
In what?
I just keep it on the lowdown. Well, mate, I used to work in Birmingham City Centre on my own in a car, going to pub fights, and people would go, look at this streak.
Yeah, and you just stay in your car going, stop it!
No, people would go, look at this streak of piss, and then there'd be a streak of blood running down the streets.
A streak of piss coming out of your pants.
No.
You'd be shitting yourself.
I'm unpredictable.
Someone says, who would win the scrap? And then James says, Mark is Will your son? Not that we know of.
There's very little age gap there, visibly.
There is.
Let's see if we can get it up to 10k watching. We are watching every game on the Watchalong. We've got multiple studios, and we're here for a good time, not a long time. Rest in peace, Kevin Campbell. He was a lovely man. What else? It's going to be good. Watch along, says Junior Films. And Hoyland the Goat, thank you very much for joining the members club. Nice to see some badges in there. I'm not saying I'll give preferential treatment to a badge, but Carl Simpson has got a badge. He says, are you having a pint or 6? We will have a pint in the second half, but I have driven here, so...
I think you only live stream once pissed, and then you learn how delicate that situation can be, can't you? Like, obviously you can have one, but like I did it once when I'd had like 3 or 4, and you get very loose-lipped.
Oh, I don't know. There'll be people here who've seen me. I used to do Instagram live streams.
With a few
walking home,
really
absolutely hammered.
Yeah.
One time I was sat in a bus stop comparing Jerry Halliwell to Pamela Anderson, and what would go off on a no holds barred evening where you're locked in a hotel room with a load of vodka.
And that's very much a 90s reference.
And I was analysing it, thinking I was sober, going, "Wow, at the end of the day, you know, Halliwell."
Yeah, I can imagine.
I'd say Anderson. I don't know. She might be all front. She might be all talk.
We're talking, well, personality-wise,
you might get in the room and she'd go, I'm not interested in that.
Interesting, Halliwell.
I definitely thought you would have done turnover then.
I think interesting from Halliwell.
I know some about the TV. I thought she'd be into Channel 5.
Yeah.
No,
interesting from Halliwell that she stayed with Horner as well.
Yeah, weak.
That shows a lot.
You shouldn't judge a book without knowing the cover.
No,
you can judge a book. You shouldn't. Yeah, but. It's like John Terry's missus staying with him. We shouldn't talk about relationships. We don't know what goes on behind closed doors, but it does come across as weak. See, Eamon Holmes got dumped.
Yeah.
And he's got a bad back.
Has he?
Yeah, he was on a...
them two linked?
I just think it's the sympathy vote.
Yeah.
Which he has from me. And he's a Man United fan.
Have you ever met him?
No. I've met people I know people who have.
Let's leave it at that.
It's not as bad as Richard Keys, let's put it that way.
That Scottish guy, well known for his bad tackles.
Keys is horrible. Horrible man.
Very, very consistently horrible as well.
Very horrible.
And I do feel sorry for Andy Gray. Feels like he's sort of stuck there with it now.
He might be as bad.
No, I used to work for a doors and windows company, and we actually did his
back
doors and windows.
did his back doors?
Did his doors and windows, and he was very receptive to cold call.
Very receptive to you doing his back doors.
Yeah. Very receptive.
That's what I'm going to go with. That's the rumour.
Best excuse to call in sick to watching them. Oh, sorry.
Not a fan of Hungary, says Nick P. Okay, this is going to be good. Not a fan of Hungary after a girlfriend issues circa 2018. They do make a great beef stew and fantastic ladies of the night. I give them that. Nick, that is absolutely horrendous. You've absolutely stereotyped the whole Hungarian female race based upon one ex-girlfriend.
Yeah.
I've met many Hungarians in my life, and there's more to Hungary than goulash, let me just say that.
Yeah. I think, Budapest, one of the most beautiful... What's the river that runs through the goulash, I nearly said, through Hungary?
I feel like I know it.
Yeah, I literally stayed opposite it.
What is the river that runs through
I'll tell you
Hungary?
what I wasn't a fan of when you have to go... it's not the...
Well, 1 minute to go till kick-off here, by the way. We've got to tell Niall.
The, the...
Danube. And I wasn't looking at the chat.
I literally stayed in a hotel called something Danube.
Nick's banned from Hungary. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't judge. That's like judging a profession. But like I went out with a school teacher. You can't judge all school teachers on one ex-girlfriend.
No, you shouldn't judge any nationality based on one. Although I do judge names. Like we're thinking about getting a dog, and somebody said, let's call it Katie, and I went, I knew a Katie from school.
Katie Hopkins.
Have you ever played Elden Ring? Says James. No, because we're not sad.
Well, hang on. You haven't asked me.
You probably have.
I haven't played it. No, it's a bit too wide open. Elden Ring.
We're
for
about
me.
to start. Let me tell Noel.
I'll give you. Normally has the old.
Who's playing in white? Switzerland.
Yeah. No, Hungary.
Go. No.
Oh, false start.
False start. He did go. He actually did that on purpose for our timer.
Yeah.
He did a fake kick, and there's literally nothing from that. Who do you think wins the Euros besides England? Says DeWald.
France.
Hungary is my sleeper to make quarters. Good solid squad, says the HPN. We know that you are at a pub, but those chairs seem really brutal and hard sitting on. You need a comfy chair, says Howder. I actually quite like this chair.
They're not too bad, actually.
Yeah, you could do with a little bit of a cushion, but you can always stand up a little bit.
It's like a bit of a standing desk, isn't it?
Luke Casey says, let's see what this Kirkez is all about.
Interesting there. Commentators Clive Tilsley and Andros Townsend there. Very nice to see.
He's done well for himself, Townsend.
Yeah, nice to get some new voices on there because, as we know, that's a great question. Who is your favourite co-commentator?
You know what? I've said this many a time before. You probably listen to that sort of stuff more than me because if I watch a game, I tend to do a watch-along.
Yeah.
So there's no audio.
Yeah,
so the only time I'd have any audio would be highlights. And I've got to say, after doing this for many years, I find commentary really irritating now because I've got the ability to chat about the match with people.
Yeah.
Whereas when I listen to commentary, I just find it quite
I really like
boring because they can't. I do like Ali McCoy's, but
Orban. Oh God.
Chill out. Like that was. If you're not watching, that wasn't even much of a chance. You're just getting excited because you put the boat on. Bet on. It was half.
No, I like Gary Neville. I think Jamie Carragher realises he can't really do it on his own, so he's done it with. And that's not a knock on Carragher. Like you can't do every job, can you? Who else do I like? I actually don't mind.
Arix, I'm going to cut in. Stop cutting Will off like you do on the podcast. That's your missus, that is.
No, she won't. She definitely won't be watching.
Nothing like a bit of support.
Yeah, I'm
offside. Oh wow, over the bar.
Orban is first goal scorer as well.
Is it?
Yeah. Yeah, Gary Neville. So then you go to TNT. Steve McManaman. I don't actually mind Steve McManaman and got a great CV to back up his co-commentary. And then you go to Sky, BBC's. I mean, it's much of a muchness now. Isn't it? This is where you find out new voices.
I think, when I was at TalkSport, one of the big things that I actually did the TalkSport thing for was because I said, can I do some commentary?
Yeah.
And they were going to set it all up and it never happened. But
what would you do? Would you do co-coms or?
Yeah. I'd have someone with me, yeah.
No, would you lead though? Would you be the analyser?
I'd be happy to do both. I'm comfortable doing it. But I think that's the big problem is that they can't... And the evolution of the watch-along, I mean, and look, there's some bad watch-alongs out there. There's people who just can't control their emotions.
I think people forget, if people are tuning into a watch-along, it's not for, obviously a bit of football chat, but it's a second screen experience, isn't it? It's like feel... It's not...
Although I do think with this, you do get good football analysis as well.
Oh, yeah, no, that's like a prerequisite, but then it's also for the fact of, feeling like you're in the arms with us, isn't it?
But they're limited on TV and radio because they have guidelines and they also have history of... not in relation to swearing and stuff like that. Of course, they should have guidelines for that. But I also think they aren't very good at being critical unless it's an agenda. So... like we've had over the years with Souness and Pogba. There's certain players, like Anthony at United gets a lot of stick, whereas somebody can play as bad as Anthony, but they won't get stick because of their passport. But
then it's like the gigs for these, like we were just watching the TV stuff, and they're coming on an hour before Switzerland, Hungary, and you got Gael Clichy there trying to, I mean, it is a tough gig trying to get an hour out of that, isn't it? So.
A lot of them don't watch football either. Good play by Switzerland down the right-hand side. I think that was Rodriguez, isn't it? He's been around for a while. It's a good game, this, already. 5 minutes in and...
oh, my God. We've seen another one last night.
He's gone... What's he... Yellow.
Oh.
Yellow.
When
Jack is pulling him away, you know it's a bad tackle. Jack is like, leave it.
The way the referee was striding over there.
No, that's a yellow. That's fine. Studs are up, but it's nothing more than that.
He's got the Preds on there.
Doesn't really catch him either.
No. Who's more stat driven between you two? I don't think neither of us are really, are we? Do you like the stats?
I do like. I tend to do more stats when it's a transfer. Like, so somebody said to me the other day, a lot of United centre backs been linked to us, and can you assess them statistically? And I quite like doing the whole. But yeah. I like the eye test when I'm watching a game.
Stats are very good when you want to support your own argument.
Eye test watching a game.
Exactly. Stats are very good when you want them to support your own argument, aren't they?
Yeah.
Just on Branthwaite, though, I was watching a very good clip of Ruud van Nistelrooy talking about him on that Coach's Voice.
Yeah.
Because when he had him on loan at PSV, to say how he evolved and was so mature even at a young age.
What do you think of Branthwaite?
I really like him. Like, I'm not surprised that I'm not as surprised as many that he didn't go to this Euros, but I think it's just how much you can get him for. Like I saw you tweeting, like if you need to get him in that 50 plus add-ons mark, because if it goes up to 70, then it's just the pressure that goes. It's the Maguire effect, isn't it?
I'm intrigued by this. KD, this is good. He says stats are like bikinis, but then he doesn't follow it up.
Nice, yeah.
So I'm now thinking,
stats are like bikinis.
You never know what's underneath.
Yeah,
you're better off looking at it. Stats are like bikinis.
Steady.
The view is better without knowing what's underneath. Oh,
just the bet. Yeah, maybe.
Not my words, KD. Thanks, Mark, for being on. This game is not on regular TV or satellite radio in the States. At least I can keep track through your eyes. That's disgusting, John. So, yeah, I mean, that's one of the great things, isn't it? That the Euros or the World Cup, we do get every game for free on terrestrial TV, but you don't necessarily get it in America.
And you hear, how much it's improving in America, but then when you've got one of the biggest international tournaments on in the world, and it's not on terrestrial TV in America.
I think the Euros is better than the World Cup, because I think in the World Cup, especially the next World Cup, they've increased the number again, haven't they? So you're going to get... I mean, I was talking...
Are we doing a watch-along for every game for the World Cup?
We might just go to America.
Yeah.
Get pissed and sort of just do what Thogden does. Hey! 2 seconds and gets to enjoy the match and gets massive sponsors.
Yeah.
Like Qatar Airways. Hey, I'm here! Hey! Job done. 20 grand in my back pocket. I'll be back tomorrow. Hey! Up, everyone, I'm here! Another 20 grand. That's the sort of deal I want to do. But yeah, I think I was talking about this last night. The opening game of the World Cup last time. Qatar, Ecuador.
You remember when then that goal got disallowed and everyone was like, you see, Qatar are paying them, and then the other angle, it's like you doing that FIFA thing. It's not over the line. And
yeah,
like, oh, no, it is.
I think the Euros, like this, this might be considered to be one of the less interesting games.
Not if you're us. Just real stat of
no, I mean, I think Switzerland or Hungary, if they end up being a dark horse into the quarterfinals, you want to be part of their journey, don't you? That's the thing. And
I say this knowing Scotland lost 5-1 last night, but like in the World Cup, you do get more of those.
Yeah.
Terrible games where it's just like, what's everyone doing here?
And also the group stage in that, I don't know how it's going to work in the World Cup, but
48 teams.
Some of the bigger teams just know that they don't have to take it that seriously, do they?
And also you undermine the tournament as well, isn't it? Like, I don't even really think this should be 24. Like 16 was fine, just straight into the quarters.
The 16 Euros was brilliant. 4 groups of 4, top 2 go through, straight into the quarterfinals. Less is more.
I was saying this does feel like the first proper tournament we've had since Russia.
Yeah, because you got fans in the ground.
You got fans, like seeing all those Scots over there. I know they only had 10 minutes of paradise, but it was like.
Well, look, somebody in the chat just said the Qatar World Cup was crap. I wouldn't say
crap.
Rudish says it was garbage. A lot of people say it's the best World Cup ever.
A lot of people that went said it was very good from from the non-alcohol perspective as well.
Yeah. I'll tell you what was impressive, and we talk about it a lot on the podcast, VAR last night. I mean, if you're Howard Webb, don't watch the Euros because you're getting pelters, mate.
Because you might learn something for once.
But every decision was super quick as well.
Yeah.
Like the Fulkrug offside goal, the red card, the penalty that was given and then overturned, every offside. And there's nothing special there. Yeah. They just do it properly.
I've forgotten the woman's name, but they had everyone has a referee analysis now on the broadcast. She was just really good. Didn't make it about concise, to the point, and told you what it was. Not like Mike Dean.
That's why I'd switch VAR off, though, because people say it's not VAR, it's the people. But we've had VAR for years and it's still crap.
Yeah.
So if we haven't got the people, switch it off. Hungary are in down the right-hand side here. Switzerland have got... I'll tell you what, I was right in my... I was right in my assessment, wasn't I? Every team, it seems to be more attacking than traditional.
Maybe in hindsight, the 24 and you can have 3 teams go through. So most people do actually go through unless you've had a real stinker. Like, it just opens that door for a bit more attacking football rather than being turgid defensive, trying to get your 0-0s in.
United Den TV says, have you seen the Osman video that Fabrizio posted? Definitely someone Man United should avoid. I love these sort of comments because I'm thinking, what sort of video is it? Yeah. Is he at Disneyland going, yay? Or is he doing something else?
Yeah, maybe... Let's hope for the best. Let's give people the benefit of the doubt.
Spurs Way says, my mate who doesn't watch football said 4-0 to Scotland. Yeah, these people need banning.
See, I disagree with what you were saying about that. Football is absolutely massive, but it's still nice to bring people on for the ride. So this is a real jump-on point for some people.
Thing is, it can get annoying. Charles says, Mark, is it just me or is Will the spitting image of Jared Branthwaite? I thought you were reading all the super chats out. It seems to be me.
Yeah, because you just keep talking over me and jumping in.
Got to jump in.
Yeah, exactly.
10%. Do look like Branthwaite.
Rich, who you've done some work with, we used to do live streams together for FIFA stuff, and someone once commented going, you look like Richard Bacon, but didn't determine who it was, and I said it was him, and he said it was me. And then when I started doing live streams with Romano on here, like 10 years later, someone first stream said, you look like Richard Bacon.
What, the Blue Peter guy?
Yeah, the one that did. I think he's like a writer in Las Vegas. Charles said, oh no, you've just done that one. Benno says MLS Season Pass is amazing for the viewer, though. Now, that is something that we should talk about in terms of the Netflix of the Premier League, because Apple TV, isn't it? You can literally have everything, one-stop shop, pay a bit extra. Obviously, it's all built around Messi, but if you want to watch MLS, you've just got it in one central hub.
I've got so much now, I forget. I've got Apple, I've got Disney, I've got Paramount, I've got Amazon.
What's on Paramount?
I've got Netflix.
What are you watching on Paramount? My mum had Paramount for the new Frasier.
Yellowstone.
Is that good?
Yeah.
And Halo's on there, actually.
I've got too much, really. And there's something else I think I've got as well.
And then yet you sit down overnight to watch
nothing
something, and you got nothing to watch, have you?
Goldio says, what do you think about Blues season tickets being £445 and the kit being £60 for a League One side? Also, both can you see a 0-0 Serbia-England game?
No.
Well, I think Serbia are good.
I think England 4-0 tomorrow.
We've got to send a message out, haven't we?
Oh, goal!
Yeah, lovely goal.
Is he on?
He's offside. Do I believe it?
No.
He's offside. And it's a shame because the pass was somebody and it was very good.
Did look off though, Mark.
It's a shame. When I see an assist like this, you're blaming the striker.
Yeah,
I think it's a Kanji.
From there? No. Is that Xhaka?
He's on. He's bloody on.
Oh, he's on. Oh,
he's on. It's 1-0 to Switzerland. He's on. It's a lovely ball. That's on. Shut up. They're ready to go, Hungary. Switzerland are gutted. They're in for a bit of a Swiss delight here. This is a goal. This is 100% a goal. Looks on to me, says Solid Blake. I'll tell you what, I'll walk off this stream if this is offside. It's definitely on.
Kawadi Dua, one of my favourite strikers, obviously playing for Ludogorets right now. He's only 27, Mark.
Who passed the ball? Freuler. Lovely pass. Yeah,
goal!
He's loving it.
And another very speedy VAR check.
Oh, it's so impressive. It is so impressive.
Lovely finish as well. It's a great goal, really, isn't it?
The pass is amazing.
Who's that there? Number 16?
Freuler. Was it Freuler who passed it? Number 8?
I think so, yeah.
No, it wasn't Freuler. He was in the build-up. I think it was number 16, like you say. The chat will know.
There's not a number 16 on the pitch. So.
No, I haven't got my glasses on. Tell us in the chat who got the assist. It was a lovely pass.
I think it was Freuler.
No, well, I thought it was Freuler, but then...
Good from him as well. The keeper stands up, waits for him to make his move, pops it in the corner. Goals given. Absolute delight.
Who would have thought we'd be praising VAR so much?
It's actually nice to watch a game, isn't it, and see the full system.
Yeah, but people think we're negative. And all it was on the podcast last season, VAR was the real save football point, wasn't it? Because it was ruining football. But when you see it working well... applaud it, and so far in this tournament, I mean, look, there'll be some decision that's dodgy, but
I don't think there will be though.
But that's not the problem with VAR in the Premier League. It's the consistent inconsistency. 7th goal of the Euros already. I told you it was going to be an attacking Euros.
Oh, wow, yeah, that is. I mean...
we did get 6 in one game.
I hope Scotland come... I was listening to the post-match interviews with Steve Clarke and Andy Robertson, and I think you've just got to have it. Basically, he was saying we have tomorrow to be angry today, and then Wednesday they're playing again. You've got to really
Hungary.
Yeah. They could easily get a result. You just need a draw, don't you? I mean, you don't even need that though to stay in it, do you? Because you can still win one game and get into it. Eric says Paramount is the only way to watch Champions League here in America.
It was Abisha who got the assist. I'm rubbish on names.
Let me have a look at this Kawadi.
Yeah, number 20, Abisha.
But this is for me where you want to learn about players.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like he's played in Switzerland most of his career, and then went to Germany, and now he's in Bulgaria. And now he's just added. He's played
miles on.
He's played 2 times for Switzerland, Mark.
And he's got an assist in the Euros.
No, this is the striker.
Who? Dua?
Kawadi Dua.
Is he playing in Bulgaria?
Yeah. Played 2 times for Switzerland, 1 goal. Well, it's 3-2 now.
He's the sort of player you've got to be careful about.
Yeah.
He's the sort of player that, he looks really good.
Wow, Dua was born in London, England, so we could have had him. He could have been breaking the lines for England, but no.
I think the lines, that's why you do need VAR for offside, though, because imagine if you didn't have VAR at all, the linesman, he's miles on.
And thank God for the internet, so you can actually have a look at some of these players that you might not know about these. Hull says, do you think in the past that the linesman would have flagged? They must lean on the side of caution now because they know... He did flag the linesman.
He did, yeah. He gave it offside.
He gave it offside.
Do you think in the past... Yeah, I've done that one.
Thank you, mate. I'm on the ball now,
He's on the ball now. He's cooking.
Well, that's £5 down the drain then, and one of the reasons why you shouldn't bet.
Yeah.
Orban's gone. Fondue better than goulash, says Joshua Luplo. I've not really had much fondue in my life, have you? I do love cheese. I'm a big cheddar fan. I'm a big fan of...
Cheddar Gorge.
Never been to Cheddar Gorge, actually.
It's rubbish.
Hope you realise now VAR ain't the problem, says 58 Gauge. Well, listen here. We've just said VAR. We all agree VAR is the problem. We've said that all season. So if you listen to the podcast, listen to That's Football, listen to the words that are coming out of our mouth, we know VAR is not the problem. It is the people implementing it in England.
Well, and give them a shout out in the Euros because I don't know how they work the VAR, but effectively you've got a situation whereby they are all from different countries, aren't they? All from different leagues. So it's even more impressive that they come together for 1 month and they're getting everything right. I mean, I don't know who's in the VAR room. No. Maybe they have different sets of people, but it is impressive.
It's all done from one central hub in Leipzig, which we might be visiting.
Yeah.
There you go.
And then you can find out do they get people in from Serbia for different games, or is it?
Well, it should be the best of the best.
I think VAR should be separate to the on-field anyway.
Yeah. Egg, meat, beans says, do you think England have to start well? Yes, and they will. I mean, you only got to look at when we absolutely slayed Iran in the opening game of the tournament. What was the one before that?
Ram. I thought we were slaying bloody sacrificial lambs.
No.
Rams.
Then Croatia was a good start, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Tunisia World Cup was a late bloomer. One of my favourite moments, that Harry Kane at the back post.
Yeah. I mean, for me, I'm quite happy that it's quite a hard group because I think that I don't like it when we've got like Panama and Trinidad and people like that in it because it's almost like there's nowhere to go. Whereas I think with this, we've got,
I hate
Denmark and Serbia are good tests. When did we play Slovenia last? Yeah.
Denmark's the middle game, isn't it? I hate having a home nation in our group as well because the pressure just gets put on us. Like when we had Wales in 2016, it was just like, it's just a banana skin really waiting to happen, isn't it? Just wait until Just wait until Mbolo is fit, then we'll start cooking.
Mbolo's not fit then, apparently.
No, according to Stego. Rossland says it's Ludogorets. You're saying it too fast. I'll just keep saying Ludogorets, and then he can keep paying £2 to tell me I'm wrong.
I'll tell you what I haven't noticed, and it might be an age thing because I used to do sticker books and all sorts, and I used to get obsessed about where the games were being played. Oh, they've got 2 games in that. Oh, this is the last game at this stadium. It's not being used in the knockouts. I've got absolutely no idea how many stadiums are being used in the Euros.
No, there used to be. And also, where that UEFA Euro 2020... Oh, there you go, Cologne. Just about to say they normally had it right in the middle.
I like that. And it's something I haven't really paid attention to.
Well, I used to play the game as well, and that used to get, when the France World Cup 98 game came out and the PlayStation 1, my word. I mean,
the AFC was all right this year. They had an update for the Euros.
Well, and then apparently we're getting a bit of competition because FIFA have given their licence to 2K.
And they've done well with the wrestling.
They've done well with the wrestling, they've done well with the golf, and competition breeds...
I thought they were the same thing. I just thought it was an offshoot of EA.
No. Oh, no.
Do you think Premier League refs rely on VAR, but these don't? Fantastic show, Mark and Mr. Will.
Does that mean a 1 year anniversary for them being members with that balloon?
Yeah.
Congratulations then. 1 year with Mark.
I never
Same as me, really. Oh, what a chance there. Number 17.
Vargas.
Now, he's been around for a while, hasn't he?
Vargas or plays like ass.
Vargas. There used to be a Vargas for Chile as well, didn't there?
Hungary.
Oh, my word. Orban
Could
nearly... Oh, my God. Playing like Scotland. Maybe they were watching too much Scotland last night on the TV.
Give the keeper a bit of credit, though. That's a good save.
That is a good save.
But I tell you what, the defender's lucky because as Vargas goes through, he desperately tries to take him down, and it would have been probably a red card because it looked like...
Sorry, that wasn't Orban. Don't want to give the bad credit to someone. Lovely haircut on the referee there. Going grey, embracing it. And letting those greys shine through, which I think you should do as a life lesson for most people here today.
Corner to Switzerland. They're 1-0 up after 20 minutes. Goldbridge's dark horse of the tournament.
A lot of people, few football hipsters were going for the Hungary for the Turkey nomination this year.
They look a bit naive to me in the first 20 minutes.
You've got to be...
They look like they've turned up to a party in fancy dress, and it was never fancy dress.
Yeah.
So they're
trying to push that sort of agenda onto people.
Yeah. Take a look at that amazing semi-automatic offside. It's like a 3D picture where you see the grey wall. Everything is decided within seconds. Come into the Premier League, says Howder. There you go.
I mean, and how do we not... That's been around for so long. So, like, how does Howard Webb look at something like that being used in the Champions League, the Premier Club Competition Tournament, and go... Yeah,
let's do it with rulers.
Not do for me, yeah. Mike Dean's been doing really well with all his decisions. Let's just let him run free and run wild.
Kirkes gave it away, says Orton.
Akanji here in the box.
Good player, Akanji.
You sort of forget with Akanji, he's one of those players where you just obviously bought for...
Some of the passes that Switzerland are playing as well.
Oh.
Some of the reverse angle passes they're making.
Who
plays at Cologne then?
Cologne. Is it FC Cologne?
Jack Todd says, Kirkes is crap. He hasn't been good at Bournemouth last season. Tell my mum to get my tea on the plate. Jack's a guy that doesn't mess around. He knows what he likes and he knows what he doesn't like.
Recent matches.
But it is a good game. Like I really hope the Euros is a lovely pass again by Switzerland. They're really moving the ball well. Reminds me of Goldbridge ball.
FC Cologne played there.
Oh no, I was joking.
I wasn't.
Oh, whoosh.
You know they've had a lot of people play there though. Robbie Williams played there in 2001.
Don't talk to me about Robbie Williams.
Queen played there. What do you think the last
Soccer Aid?
They had Beyonce there.
Soccer mates rates.
They had. Yeah, it was bad this year, wasn't it?
I can't believe they didn't bring Mini Minter on until the last 15 minutes when he's the most popular person there. And I can't believe that they still keep using the same people, most of which I don't know.
No.
Although Bartlett tore it up.
Bartlett got 2, yep. My former boss.
I never knew he was any good at football.
Yep. He's improved. We used to have a good 5. We used to have 11-a-side team back in the day.
I need to play more. That's my problem.
You just need to get some
I've
mates.
got the touch.
Yeah. What was the other one? Would you rather be vegan or a crap ref? Says Brandon Atkinson. That's a lovely either or.
It's like saying, would you rather be a dog turd or a Ferrari?
Would
you rather be a car?
You're on your healthy eating at the moment, aren't you? You've really dialed into that, sort of worked out what's well for your gut. Gut health, that's the one that you need to probably study a bit more, isn't it? Everyone. No, not you. You're fine.
It's about combinations.
I did vegan for 3 days after watching Game Changers, the documentary on Netflix.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, the most amount of wind I've ever had in my life.
Well, I used to have beans on toast a lot for lunch, and that would leave me feeling quite gassy.
Yeah.
But bread's doesn't score high for me, and beans is sort of mid-table. So you need to get top of the table food with it. So before I came here, I had toast with peanut butter instead of normal butter because that scores well. Beans on top.
No.
Yeah.
Fuck off.
Yeah. And then bit of coleslaw with a handful of with walnuts.
What, on a side of acid? Like, what's going on there?
And I'll tell you what, the score for me was like 80.
I couldn't give a shit about the score.
And if I'd had beans on toast on its own, 20.
So you've had...
I've got no gas, and I feel like I can take on the world.
So you've had toast, spread peanut butter on that.
It's nice.
And then gone beans.
Yeah.
That's actually crazy.
And then a bit of coleslaw on the side and a few walnuts.
No wonder your stomach's fine. It's probably still trying to register what the hell's going on down there.
Help us. We'll be ordering our food for the gap between the two games in the second half. By the way, I'm thinking Nando's.
I might have that.
But can they? If I want to ring them up and go, can you do a bit of peanut butter on my chicken?
They go, no, that's mental. Lots of super chats coming in.
You can get healthy chocolate as well.
Yeah, well, it's the higher the cocoa percentage, the better.
There's a cocoa powder, organic cocoa powder I get from Sainsbury's. Scores massively high, but if you get dairy milk, it's like 0.
So
if you
high
get
is
this
good
cocoa
then.
Power, 90. And in the morning, I'll have a smoothie where I'll have milk, raspberry, blueberries, maybe a bit of banana,
beans,
bit of oats, cocoa powder in. Massively positive.
How much?
And it tastes lovely.
You know, when you drink, how much effect does that actually have on you?
What, alcohol?
Yeah.
Oh, if you see me after a 6.
Well, no, but how much does it? Like,
no, I had a couple of cans last night, and it didn't really mess up with my day. If you have about 6, Shaqiri's on the bench. Szoboszlai's playing worse than McTominay. Well, Rudy, I think you're right. He's just not in the game, is he? It's hard to be it's a bit like Lewandowski for Poland, isn't it?
Yeah, just
when you're in a team where you're not getting a lot of the ball. I gave up on Poland years ago. I always think Poland have got Lewandowski, but if you're not getting the ball,
it was mad, wasn't it? He used to be up there for the Golden Boot nominations, and it's like, well, who's going to serve him?
Pilkey says the Tory and Mark really shining through. I'm not a bloody. I'm not.
I was thinking when you said Sainsbury's, just slipping out.
I'm working class
for the sake of it. Keep the illusion up.
Working class. In fact, I'm going to go and get some of my posh nuts in
I am honestly, like, you said some things on here where I've been blown away. You having peanut butter on a beans on toast has absolutely knocked my socks off.
Do you want the M&Ms? I know you don't like nuts.
I don't really like nuts and chocolate now. I'm all right, to be fair.
These are nice.
I've literally come off the back of 2 stag do's and a family holiday, so I've had meat and beer for the last 2 weeks.
They're very expensive, these. Daisy Dam, but they've got 50% cocoa in.
And they got nuts in the middle.
Posh M&Ms.
And I try just one. Are they like M&M?
No.
Just one. I said one.
Yeah. They're nice. Better quality chocolate.
Oh,
now tasting M&M.
They are nice. Well, there's a big Mark.
I won't eat on that. It's not fair.
What?
People hate it when people eat.
Yeah. Sorry. The big. I was watching, because Jamie Lang did the old Candy Kittens.
Oh yeah.
So like, you just think of, what do you think the next product is to go premium? Because he does premium sweets. You got premium bog roll. What's left up for grab?
Oh, I thought about this the other day. You know what?
Premium baked beans.
You know what I think is going to really hit?
What?
And people can have this because I'm already a multimillionaire. Apples.
How would you do that?
I just think apples are going to go really... I'm trying to think of some... Get in the chat and tell us something that went really niche and popular, food-wise. Well, I just think apples... like different apples, like Red Lady apples are lovely.
Yeah, but
Golden Delicious.
There's only so much you can do, isn't it? The big one for me, I was watching another clip the other day.
I think apples are underrated.
Is about the big debate and the farce around, your paracetamols when all that came out.
Paracetamols, you can't. Look at these paracetamols.
No, what I'm saying is, like, people pay £4 for a pack when the 20p pack is exactly the same.
I think Boat says hummus. I had a red pepper hummus today. Oh, so nice.
Red pepper hummus is my favourite.
I think hummus is... I mean, the game's going well, but I genuinely think hummus is... Avocado is good, but they're a pain.
Avocado is very good, but extremely overrated.
Ripe, isn't it?
Yeah, and like, when... I think people say that, and I do it, and I like it, but unless you're having guacamole, you're not really getting much.
Guacamole's great.
Yeah.
Smashed avocado.
Yeah. But that'd be the name of our next podcast.
Although I think I got it wrong, because apparently it's about, you're meant to crush it up with with oil. Garlic and oil.
Yeah.
I thought
pepper.
you meant to feed it like vodka, like smashed avocado.
No, very good.
Now, I do like avocado, but there's nothing more frustrating than buying a couple of avocados and then having to wait all week for it to be ripe, and you wanted it on Monday.
Now, Frederick says that something I will give you. Apples with peanut butter is an amazing combination.
Wow, it is.
Is that score high?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very good. I'll tell you what I do like as well. I buy this Pip and Nut, it's called, and it's almond peanut butter, which is a lot better for you. And it's if you get it with the
is that not just almond butter?
Almond butter is lovely, yeah.
Not almond peanut butter, though.
Well, yeah, almond butter, yeah. It's absolutely lovely.
I need to, yeah.
Lentils are really nice as well, Jack off.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I tell you what, having my Hello Fresh just absolutely just broadens your horizon to new.
Get on the Hello Fresh order from last night. We're not.
That's why I bought it up.
Yeah, we're not sponsored by them today, but if you get on last night's offer, 60% off your first box and 25% for the next 2 months, get on it.
Permission to speak openly about HelloFresh?
Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic. If you can afford it.
If you said the opposite. What are you doing? What are you doing?
You can, honestly, get on those offers because you can get a real good box for really cheap. It's less than your shop. And the biggest thing, if you've got a partner, what's the worst thing when you sort of, what should we have for tea tonight?
Yeah.
That's the word. And that just eliminates that. And that is a big deal of stress gone from your life.
I'll tell you what I'm loving about the Euros as well. I was talking about the stadiums and I've not really looked at where they're playing. Used to stress me out as a kid, and I don't know why. I'd look at the grounds and it would really stress me if it wasn't nearly full.
Oh,
and this is what? Hungary against Switzerland, and it's packed.
Yeah.
I love that. I love to see all the games full attendances.
I wonder if...
I know Thogden's going to be there going, I'm having a great time with Goulash FC and Hans from Switzerland. No, he's from Denmark. Don't matter. I'm there tomorrow. Qatar Airways.
But that's what you need. You get that format nailed.
I want to get it nailed.
You ain't got to stay at home.
I know.
We'll get you out of the house.
Why don't they do it for me?
Very American.
I'm live for hours interacting with people.
Yeah, but that's he
does 20 seconds and he gets probably.
And whose fault's that?
Grand.
You've put yourself in that. You've got to stop the stream now.
Yeah.
Let's get out there. Birmingham International's right next to us.
Yeah.
If we get past the bloody queues, then we can get in.
He's got it nailed down, Thogden.
Yeah.
People take the piss out of him, but
travelling the world.
His views are brilliant. Travels the world.
Makes money from it.
Women at his feet.
Yeah. Mate, literally, he's got the.
He can't walk around Morocco without people dropping their.
Steady. He's literally got the world at his feet.
Yeah. Hummus is
that score high?
Yeah, but it's amazing.
High's good though, isn't it?
Yeah. And I don't buy hummus enough.
I mean, when you were talking about people calling you middle class, and we just had a 5-minute debate on chickpeas and hummus.
Well, Friday night, bowl of hummus,
shows up one of them
sliced up carrots, gin and tonic, John T and Catherine around, and just put the kids to bed.
Exactly.
Game of Monopoly.
And that's it.
I'm in heaven. Yeah. I'm in heaven. Not too much, though, because me and John T will be off to play squash at 9 a.m.
You've got to be careful.
I can happily tell everybody I don't know anyone called John T, Miles, or Hugo.
Yeah. I had I was very surprised. One of the best steaks I've ever had in Benidorm, actually.
Steaks?
Yeah. Absolutely lovely.
Cross comes in.
And it was steak before anyone asked.
The stakes are high here.
Yeah.
I do feel like this game, though, don't know what anyone else thinks, I've enjoyed it as a game that you can just sit and chat, which is what we're doing. But it's not dull. But I also think this game, unlike Scotland losing to Germany, you sort of go, well, they're the best team in the group. I think the Hungary and Switzerland, if you lose this, it really does knock you for six, doesn't it? Because they are basically...
You both think you're winning it coming into it, don't you?
You both think you're going to finish second in the group.
Hopefully it gets to a 3-3, hopefully.
What do you eat with hummus?
Pita bread, carrot sticks.
I know somebody used to use it in the bedroom. Make it
hummus?
Taste better, yeah.
Uh-huh.
You don't want to put hummus down there.
Not even red pepper? Very American food combo. Peanut butter and Oreos.
Where does hummus come from? Like Morocco?
I imagine it
must be Middle East.
Yeah.
Chickpeas.
Hummus.
Did you cancel your subscription, Will? You did, didn't you?
Yeah, I did, but obviously I was away and I tried to do it, and if you try and do it on your phone, you have to ring up. So I sat in the middle of Benidorm trying to cancel this subscription, but I did do it because they wanted to charge $24.99. Which country invented hummus? Syria. Turns out the earliest mention of the fascinating world cooked in the 13th century.
Please do subscribe if you're watching, by the way. We're trying to get up to 165,000 and we're only 300 away. Bottom right-hand corner to subscribe. I'm really enjoying this watch-along.
Thanks. It'd be weird if you weren't. Mark, Lewandowski is a striker. He can't move to a 6 or centre-back, while Szoboszlai as a midfielder can. If Modric was a striker, Croatia would be bad.
Listen to this. Proper LFC, which I think means Liverpool. Szoboszlai is an awful footballer. Slagging off your own.
Don't do that.
That's like ringing me up and saying... my dad's a complete and utter tosser.
But some
on
people
Father's
do have.
Day.
Some people do have that though.
SBS, which means start, bench, sell.
Oh, nice.
Celery, Brussels sprouts, asparagus. I mean, I don't really want to get into all that sort of stuff, do we? But I would put Brussels. I'd sell celery. I think it's pointless.
Celery's like iceberg lettuce, no nutritional value, and you're not really getting anything out of it. For me, Brussels sprouts number 1. Then you go into asparagus, and then you're finishing off with celery. I love Brussels sprouts. I could eat them all year.
Asparagus makes your piss smell.
Yep.
I think Brussels sprouts, if you do them right, are good. I shred them.
A lot of people, everyone goes for this generic bacon lardons. Do you do that?
No.
Yes, you were going to say that. Then.
I'll give you a good recipe for Brussels sprouts.
Go on then.
Shred them. Yeah.
What do you mean shred them?
Like
cut them finely.
Chop. Yeah. Put it into a stir fry. A bit of oil.
Yeah.
Bit of onion.
Yeah.
And then you basically, I'm trying to think what else goes in it. Prawns, cashew nuts, bit of soy sauce.
Finish it off. Peanut butter on top.
Bang it. Bit of peanut butter on toast with a bit of baked beans on. I used to have baked beans on toast and then open a packet of crisps and sprinkle it on the top.
That's fine. I'm all around that.
That's working class.
I think if there's any youngsters in the chat, the worst thing you do about getting old is just not being able to eat what you want without having the side effects.
Brian says balsamic vinegar and Brussels. Now you're talking.
You're not really, honestly, your image is absolutely done to.
I like food.
Yeah, no, we do like food.
I think food is one of the only things in life, and here's a little bit of a lesson for you. Food is one of the few things in life where you get what you pay for. I never understood.
Disagree.
I used to work for people. Cross comes in, head away. I used to work for people who, on their lunch, would come back with like a chicken baguette and a packet of crisps, and be really proud that they got it for £1. And I'd say, mate, that chicken
has never been chicken.
Absolutely disgusting. Like you get what you pay for. Love going to the butchers and getting a chicken breast.
Yeah, I need to really learn about the butchers. I feel a bit intimidated to go in there at the moment. Here comes Switzerland. Cleared away there at the last moment.
Mock you. They don't know how you're a newbie, aren't you?
No, but I'll go sirloin, please, and they'll go £18, and I'll be like, oh, for fuck's sake.
He doesn't know his rump.
Yeah, exactly.
From his...
Whereas if you go into Tesco's, you just go to whatever. You know what you're getting, prices on it, don't you? If it's like, when it's like per price per 100 kilogram or something, then I'm out of my depth. I don't know what weight my steak is.
Do you think the Dutch... Sorry, not the Dutch. When do the Dutch play?
That'll be on Tuesday, I think.
Was it that
Monday
far?
Or Tuesday?
I thought they were tomorrow for some reason. Do you think that the Hungarians are going to get back into this, everybody? Because they do feel a little bit like they're out of the depth here. Switzerland have had 61% possession, 4 shots, 2 on target. Hungary have had no shots on target and less than 40% possession. And they've had... Yeah. They just feel like they need to score next.
Well, Mark, this is actually the first encounter between Hungary and Switzerland at a Euros competition. The only time they've met in a major tournament was 86 years ago in the 1938 World Cup, which Hungary won 2-0.
Mark's never beaten these Tory allegations, says Paul Matt. There are some surprising stats about how often England have played teams in major tournaments. I think when we played Brazil, when we played Brazil in 2002, it's the first time we'd played them since 1970.
Here come Hungary.
We haven't played them since.
Yeah. And those games.
So we played Brazil once in 54 years. Yeah.
So you only get them in the friendlies, really, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, in international football. I don't think we've played. I think before the Euros, I can't remember the last time we'd played Italy in an international tournament.
In the group, we had them in the group, didn't we? Remember when Sterling scored? Well, didn't score and hit the side
net. It was
net.
World Cup, wasn't it?
Yeah.
14. Yeah, that's a good one.
We had that stretch where we had Argentina in 98, 2002.
We had Portugal quarterfinals.
Oh, yeah,
04
Portugal
and 06.
quarterfinals.
I was mentioning this last night. There's a little documentary about Rooney on BBC. It was only half an hour. It's well worth a watch. And
I will be watching it.
It was all about the 2004 World Cup, Euros.
Yeah.
I remember it being a good tournament. We should have bloody won it. I was in Mallorca for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole tournament.
I mean, he was literally
not the whole tournament, like the last 2 weeks.
One of those players that got hyped up before a tournament, and then obviously in those games he just absolutely delivered, didn't he? Well, he got injured, didn't he? Someone stood on his foot.
Broke his foot, so he would have been out anyway. But if he'd stayed fit, I think we'd have won that tournament.
Yeah, he was unbelievable.
We should have won. I said last night we should have won the World Cup in 2002. And we should have won the Euros in 2004.
Really? Do you think?
45 minutes against 10 men Brazil.
Yeah, we'd have won the quarter. That was the quarter final, wasn't it?
Yeah, but they still won it.
I think if you got Danny Mills at right back going into a World Cup, you are struggling. Here come Hungary!
Straight at summer.
Was that Orban?
Doesn't matter.
Oh my God, it was as well. Shit. If he's heading like that,
who was in the semi-finals of the 2000 World Cup? I think South
2002
Korea.
World Cup.
Yeah, South Korea and Germany, wasn't it?
Yeah,
and they were both crap.
And can you remember the other team? Went Turkey in there?
Yeah, if we'd have beat whoever beat Brazil, England Brazil was the final.
Remember, because if you watch back South Korea, is it South Korea played Italy in the quarter-final?
Dodgy.
Oh, my goodness me.
Dodgy.
I mean, wow.
And then FIFA let Italy win the World Cup in 2006 to keep them quiet. That's a joke. We played Italy in the third place playoff in 1990, says Mark. And I wonder if we'll see any belters this Euro, says Jay. I think that Volker goal was very good last night. The volley, the power.
And I really liked the finish from Musiala. I know it was close, but it was just then he knocked Angus Gunn's hand off. Nice that you can vote. I know you said it earlier, but the votes is quite nice on the super chats, isn't it? I think Jay Rayner, isn't he a food critic? Jay Rayner.
I don't know.
I saw he did a food review. You talk about spending money on food. He was like, he went to this posh place last week, and he was like, for the price you paid for the chicken breast, he was like, you'd be expecting a blowjob, and he was just basically cutting through how terrible it was. So you don't always get that.
Jay Singh says Spain have an amazing team, but no one is picking them. Well, we were looking at the team earlier. Look, we're doing Croatia, Spain after this. Obviously, Italy, Albania tonight. Which I think Italy, Albania tonight might be dull.
No, I think this is the one. That's the tournament lighter. Albania get a little shot result.
Italy normally are very pragmatic, and Albania, you would think, will be pragmatic. I like the way Switzerland played through the lines. Very good. But I actually think Croatia might beat Spain.
Yeah.
I'm very learned when it comes. I look at Switzerland, the way they've played from back to front here. Still a lot to do, but options again. They're always looking for the pass. Flooding. They really do remind me. Well, that's rubbish. They really do remind me of my philosophy.
What was that?
Pass.
How was you? We didn't get to. How was the beta squad experience?
Nelly's holding out for an absolute rocket from Jack. It was good.
Yeah,
it was good. I really enjoyed it. Yeah, it was a good weekend. I think there was just that element of disappointment the way it ended, especially because it would have been a penalty shootout. And I think a lot of people took that away from it.
Yeah.
So it ended with a little bit of a negative, but all in all, a lot of money raised for charity. Great.
Met some new people, some new friends.
Made some friends, yeah.
Is Drewski coming on the watchalongs, is he?
He's funny, he is. I didn't know who he was before.
Other stats I've got for you, just to keep the game interesting. You think it might be only 1-0. The last two matches between Hungary and Switzerland have produced 12 goals, with Hungary scoring 4 to Switzerland's 8. Both were in the qualifiers for 2018. So 12 goals in 2 games between these sides. Oh, wow, the super chats are absolutely flying in. Jack Glancy, Mark, why do you think Scotland can't produce world-class footballers? Is it because a couple of them are eligible for England, so they wait to increase, they get called up? Or is it a lack of funding? That's quite an interesting point.
I think Scottish football and Irish football fell off massively in the early noughties through poorly run FAs. Because... at the end of the day, there's not a lot of distance between Ireland and Scotland and England, and yet England's youth development has gone through the bloody roof in the last 20 years. And
also quite interesting in those 90s, have you heard the story about the 94 World Cup when Republic of Ireland went? Jack Charlton phoned up Steve Bruce because he had Irish heritage and hadn't played for England.
Yeah.
Steve Bruce said, yes, I'm going to play for you, Jack, in this World Cup. Sir Alex Ferguson found out, rang him up, and he basically would have made Steve Bruce a foreign player, and it would have meant they couldn't sign anyone else.
Yeah.
So they couldn't even attract people through that way as well. So no interest.
Copa America starts a week today, George. If you're really, really, really into your football, you'll get to a point where you can watch 3 Euros games and then 2 Copa America games.
Bit too much for me.
Bit too much for me.
This weekend's perfect because you've got the Euros, the golf's on, the US Open, and big WWE pay-per-view in Glasgow tonight, Clash at the Castle, which Drew McIntyre should bring some pride back for Scotland. And that's all the wrestling chat I'll get in today.
Lovely ball by Switzerland again. What is he doing there? Is that Rodriguez? No,
terrible
he sort of
pullback.
let that. It was a lovely ball, and he let it run across him for too long, so he had to cross it. When really, he's not a striker. That's the problem. I think a striker takes that early, and the angle's good. But some of Switzerland's passing has been very, very impressive.
I mean, it's literally all been Switzerland, hasn't it?
Risco says, hello, Mark and Will. Chelsea fan here. Love from Australia. Having a few bevies and studying for my paramedic assessments next week. And it's 2-0.
Goal!
It's 2-0.
What a shot!
It is a goal. And it's...
Number 20.
That is not Freuler.
Abershire.
Is he the guy who did the assist?
Maybe, yeah.
It's a lovely goal. Lovely goal into the bottom corner. And, well, we're getting a bit of a theme here, aren't we? Dominance from one team in a 2-horse race. And Switzerland, Goldbridge's sweepstake, but also my dark horse, I think. The passing. Every pass is good.
Works his angle.
Keeper's a bit unsighted.
It's the bounce in front of him as well, isn't it?
Look at the curl on this, though. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's good. It's right in the corner, yeah.
It's not like Gunn yesterday, who really got his hand on a couple, didn't
Even
he?
the fifth one was shocking as well, wasn't it?
That is a good goal, that is.
Right, we're going to need a goal. Hungary need to score next, otherwise we could be turning over for the golf at this rate because you don't want to see what we saw last night.
Yeah, Risco says, appreciate the work from you both. Good luck in your paramedic assessments, mate. I like the studying and having a drink as well. You know, it's unorthodox.
Do you remember what you put in if you're having that amount of drink?
Don't think I've ever studied and had a few beers at the same time.
I don't think I've ever studied.
Yeah. Lovely goal. And, Hungary, half-time, right on half-time to concede as well. That will be a pain for them. But in some ways, they've got to approach the second half better. Abisha got the goal, and I think he got the assist as well.
Wow. And every time Hungary get the ball, they've got it in areas around here, just around the halfway line, and they try and play a final ball, which they've actually done quite well there, and he's through. Was that Szoboszlai? He's won a... Oh, he's not even won a corner. He's lost a goal kick. They just don't look very calm, composed. No, it's number 20. Who's that for Hungary? That is Salea.
Well, he's having a very good game at Bisha.
Oh, that's a free kick, that is. I mean, Hungary should have a free kick there.
He's a Swiss professional footballer who plays as defensive midfielder for a Serie A club called Bologna.
Lovely.
And the Switzerland national team.
Wow. And we're learning. It's an education process.
I do know a lot, but I don't know everything. And that's sort of probably going to go on my grave. He knew a lot, but he didn't know everything.
I think people just need to be more honest in this space.
In the thing.
Premier League, you do top half, I do bottom half. That's why the podcast work well.
Yeah.
If you need a bit of championship knowledge, I feed in there. International tournaments, it's England for me. And I like to learn about the Swiss and people I can sign on FM.
I like it. I mean, he's 27, so he's not going to be one of those players that he's took the captain's armband off already, Szoboszlai. He's thrown in the towel here. But
not a great shirt, that Hungary shirt.
Abisha, however you pronounce it, plays for Bologna, 27. But in this Euros, a lot of people are going to know who he is.
Yeah.
And that's the exciting thing, because his assist was very, very good. I loved that pass. I thought it was Freuler who did it, but I absolutely loved it. And then his goal, really, Hungary should defend it better, but he's took it really well. And for somebody who's classed as a more defensive midfielder, it just shows you how he's getting forward, he's getting involved.
Exactly,
I want to get involved.
And it shows you the confidence that having the manager that they've had for a long time now, just get in those areas, maybe get a little bit more confident because you know the system, you know where you're going to have those opportunities.
Yeah, well, look, Switzerland, to me, not a surprise. We did mention it on the podcast that they are one of those teams. They can be a bit inconsistent, Switzerland, but when they're on it, and I think we've seen that, and this is what I'm expecting to see with Noel's pick as well, Austria, is that then there are some of their parts, You know, you look at Poland and you get lost in Lewandowski. But with Switzerland, maybe with the Czech Republic, certainly with Austria, I'm expecting these well-drilled teams, the Brightons. You know, that's what I think they're like in the European scene. So exciting. These are the teams that excite me.
Yeah, and also, you know, like Switzerland knocked out France, wasn't it, in the Euros last time? Am I right in saying that? Penalty shootout? 2021?
I think so, yeah.
It feels right, I'm saying that. Also, you mentioned Brighton. Great to see Pascal Gross getting an international call-up coming on after some 3 fantastic seasons at Brighton, playing for Germany last night.
Yeah, I was trying to remember what national team he played for because I'd seen the name.
Went Scotland.
Talking about Scotland, Jack's really going in on the Scots. Closest Scotland will ever get to a title or trophy is if McIntyre wins the WWE Championship tonight. But I think CM Punk will screw him over.
No, not for me tonight. There will be riots in Glasgow if that happens.
Wrestling chat. Bart says Xhaka's passing is on point today. Absolute crucial for Leverkusen and could maybe make Switzerland a dark horse. I don't think it's just Xhaka, Bart. I think that
it's the manager.
That their ability to play through the lines. Yes, they've scored 2 goals, but if you've been watching that game with us, the way Switzerland have moved the ball. I mean, I think football's such a simple game, but you've got to have the tools to do it. And the movement of the pass has been brilliant.
Sorry, I mean, there's been some real poor advertising during the camp. I don't know if you saw Marcus Rashford was in an England shirt doing the Google one yesterday, and we're currently watching a Hellman's mayonnaise advert with Jack Grealish. I mean, if you're Jack sat at home, he's got over the disappointment.
But it's got Kimmich and Chiesa.
Yeah, but
that's a nice burger. I'm now thinking burger second half.
I mean, I nicked this from Twitter, but Jack will be thinking, fucking hell, man. It's not mine.
He is not happy about not. But
why would you be? You see Kyle Walker's comment?
No.
Basically, they interviewed him and they were like, "Were you shocked?" And he basically just was like, "Not really."
Look, I ain't got a problem with Jack Grealish being upset. In fact, the door, he's coming in now. Come on, Jack. Come and tell us all about it. I haven't got a problem with Jack Grealish being pissed off and frustrated. And I think when you know, it's hard. Like Harry Maguire's apparently on holiday, having a few drinks with his family, enjoying, you know.
He's injured.
Yeah, he's injured. But if you're Grealish, I don't know if you're a competitive-minded person, whether you just go, oh, it's fine, I'm just going to support the lads.
Do you know what he needs to do here? Have you watched The Last Dance?
Yeah.
You know when Michael Jordan's like, they didn't win the one playoff final and he's filming Space Jam. And basically he'd film Space Jam in the day and then he'd invite like 10 of the best NBA players over to have like a pickup game. Jack Grealish needs to be doing that now in the remote outskirts of Cheshire.
As much as Grealish, it's a waste of time having him on Hellman's. At least it's not Thogden. That's what someone said in the chat.
I mean, look,
it should be me. I should be doing that.
No, but you've got to put yourself in them circles. Solihull Moors, Wembley, that's the first day. That's the first step.
That's the first step. We've got loads more lined up like that.
Yeah, 100%.
Stay away from Kirkes United, says Thomas. I don't think you should be. I've just realised Niall's gone. What camera are we on?
On the main, just on the main one.
I don't think
just yours.
The red thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think we should be scouting players based on international tournaments. I warned people about
Day
this.
one, yeah.
If Kirkes is good enough for Man United or anybody else, that should be based on scouting that's gone on for a lot longer.
The worry you've got is if you've scouted players and then they do well in the Euros, because then it adds on another 10, 20.
Yeah, that's why I was glad Branthwaite didn't get picked, really. Scotland told their pilot to keep the engine running in case they won't be gone for too long.
Terrible banter. Did they pay for that?
Yeah, probably.
Okay, very good banter.
Very good banter, I thought, yeah. Not looking good for Szoboszlai, says Buffalo. And let's go Switzerland. To be honest, didn't even know Dua until 3 weeks ago and playing Abisha even though he didn't play often in the first 11.
Well, you're doing now.
DK. You're doing now. No, he's been the standout player for Switzerland. But as I said, I like teams that play well. And I think what we're seeing in the Euros is traditionally international football is slower and more pragmatic for the simple reason that they don't get together very often.
Yeah.
So teams will tend to be, more defensive.
Yeah.
But I think that if you look at the evolution of football over the last 10 years, this high press, high intensity football is finally starting to make its way into international football.
But then you look at Scotland last night, they're just so passive.
Yeah, Scotland played like a traditional international side. Yeah. I think these two, all right, Hungary are losing, but they're not parking the bus. And hopefully we're going to see more and more of that as the tournament develops. Remember, my tip Croatia are going to beat Spain.
Yeah, okay, nice, yeah. Maybe that might be some nice odds. It's just mad that they're probably going into a World Cup again with that midfield of Brozovic, Kovacic and Modric.
Kramaric.
Still give me shivers that semi-final night.
What was the makeup of that region when in 1990? Because I know it all broke down, didn't it? But Yugoslavia, was that part of Serbia?
This is your area.
Serbia. I'm just trying to think from a footballing point of view. There used to be a team called Yugoslavia, and obviously there was the Balkan War, wasn't there, which was horrific. But
so Yugoslavia,
from a footballing point of view, I think Serbia was part of Yugoslavia.
So the Socialist
Croatia?
Federal Republic of Yugoslavia, as of January 91, was Slovenia, Croatia, Serbia, Bosnia, Montenegro, Kosovo, Macedonia.
So you'd have...
That's according to the first article I've read on Google. If I'm wrong...
So who? Serbia?
Slovenia, Croatia.
Serbia,
Bosnia, Montenegro.
So you'd have...
Macedonia.
So you'd have Zheko,
Pandev,
Sesko, Mitrovic, Vlahovic, Modric, Kovacic, Oblak.
Yeah.
Be a bloody good team, wouldn't it?
I think I'm going to go to Montenegro on holiday.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I was just trying to think of who'd play at the back. Oh, Vardial, Milenkovic.
Yeah.
We're not putting them back together. God, no. That's never going to happen. They broke up for a reason. Got more chance of putting the Oasis back together. But, yeah, there's some good players
from that region. Feels like Liam's
region.
putting a couple of juicy danglers out there, doesn't he, at the moment?
He's been doing it for years. Thomas Hobley with a super chat says, just a note on that Korea-Italy game. Happy to hear he's a convicted drug trafficker now.
Well,
that made me become an official. That was a stain on our game, says Thomas Hobley.
Let me just Google that, please, because that's
you can't leave that dangling.
You can't leave that dangling.
I think the Szoboszlai hate is a bit overblown. It's not like the rest of the Hungary team has been sparkling, says Rhea. And Juiced says, hi Mark, Switzerland look good. My favourites are the Dutchers, but I heard Ten Hag spoke to the players. I hope they haven't listened to him.
Who put that comment in about the Thomas Hopley?
Yeah.
So the referee was Brian Moreno, and according to Wikipedia, Moreno was arrested on September the 21st in JFK Airport in New York while trying to smuggle in 6 kilograms, over 13 pounds of heroin, which is hidden in his underwear. He pleaded guilty, facing 10 years.
Have you seen that Netflix show on J. Lloyd Samuel?
So I watched it on ITV about 2-3 years ago.
Oh, has it been re-released?
No, yeah, but like, have you watched it?
No, my mate messaged me.
Oh
to
my
watch
word! It is honestly J. Lloyd Samuel documentary. You're thinking you're taking the piss. One of the most captivating things I've ever watched because it just escalates, and it also is left on a sort of, is he still with us?
Oh yeah, I know that's the story. Yeah,
it's absolutely crazy.
5 o'clock is Spain against Croatia. Then I'm on United Stand at 7, and then I'm back home for Italy, Albania.
Hey, let's get the thumbs up in because this man is providing more content than a content machine.
Than UK Gold.
This man is Dave, UK Gold, and
we're doing every watch along. It's enjoyable. You know, it's normally there's no bloody football in the summer, is there?
This isn't work, is it?
No.
I mean, it is, but it doesn't feel like
Make sure
work.
you subscribe. That's the most important thing. Get involved. Will you take Mark to a Blues game next season? Well, it probably bloody will because they'll win a game for once.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no. Well, we'll do a vlog. They're playing here in a couple of weeks.
Are they?
Yeah.
We'll go to a Blues game. We'll take Seb. He loves it.
We'll take him
I think that combo worked really well. Yeah. Thug life with Seb.
Yeah.
Will's sort of intermediary, and I'm like the older statesman.
I'm in between you. Calm down.
Trying to work out how the camera works. I always point it right way.
We'll get him down to St Andrews, maybe for like a Tuesday night game early on.
Be nice. I want to do more next season. We've already said I want to do more on the Championship and
it's annoying
BFL.
that United won the FA Cup for the Europa League.
Yeah. Thursday night.
Thursday night's not bad actually, is it? Tuesday, Wednesday free.
Yeah,
then
the
Champions
Champions League next year though. I mean,
8 games.
What about that World Club Cup that they've got next year? I mean, it's Man City and Chelsea for United, which is for England, which makes it dead straight away.
I've said on the podcast I actually did a Tottenham Hotspur Football Manager save where I got them in the Champions League.
Is this a new
Food Hub?
What's Food Hub? Giving it free advertising here, but he's eating pizza and look at him. That's crap acting.
I mean, how's that got signed off?
I know. Food hub.
Who's backing that? That's a lot of money spent on
which could have been spent here.
Yeah. No, we'll go to more games. I mean, Blues will have Johnston Paint Trophy games on the.
I've said it before and I'll say it again. If you are a brand manager, the amount of views we get, it's targeted.
We could be sat here now eating a juicy burger. Actually, you don't want to eat, do you? On there?
Well, should have a coffee from a brand.
Brand, yes, sorry.
A few snacks from another one.
Even a water brand.
Yeah.
A non-alcoholic brand.
A non-alcoholic, yeah. There's
Boots there, if you're a sport brand.
Oh, it's just prime for it.
What are them things that everyone has the images that was? Is it like oh no, there was a Chris MD did one. You print them on there. You got the posters. You might have done one. Them anyway.
Yeah.
Sign memorabilia. You can have your name up there.
They're too busy bloody.
I'll get a tattoo.
They're too busy advertising on Coronation Street's break, which no one watches because they're watching it on bloody Player.
I think there's going to be a big sort of...
Advertising needs to change.
Massively.
They use traditional media that no one watches,
and you can't
this
prove
is what people are watching.
You can't prove. Like, they'll just go, how many figures? And they'll go, 4 million? What, for the Emmerdale Omnibus on Sunday?
Yeah.
Can you prove it? No. Well, these 1,000 people that we put a box over their TV said they were watching it, so it must be true.
Yeah.
But
Nonsense.
if you have to do stuff with brands, you have to go, can you tell me how many 16 to 24-year-olds are eating a chocolate bar between 6 p.m. and 7 p.m. in North America? No, I can't. Well, we're backing out, unfortunately. Sorry, football.
Super Kev, rest in peace, a great player. Kevin Campbell, yeah, of course. And just tuned in, lads. Has Hungary been a letdown then?
Yeah,
Had high
massively.
hopes for them, says Paul. Well, they've still got 45 minutes. But honestly, though, just bring Scotland back into the equation. You'd look at that Hungary game and you'd go, there might be 3 points there.
What you want for Scotland, best scenario now, Switzerland kick on, win 4-0, then you've got two shithouses absolutely fighting for the death.
They're playing Switzerland next, I think, Scotland.
Oh, are they?
I think Hungary or Germany. Which is Germany 6
points.
Need
to get a wall chart in here, actually.
Yeah, no, it's all up here, don't worry.
Lovely graphics on the ITV ident. Interesting as well. What were the odds? I'd love to know the odds on ITV showing the first 3 games of the Euros.
I know. And also, Romania. What's that all about?
What do you mean?
I think Romania are a team that I grew up knowing quite a lot about. Radicescu was a bob... a mullet.
Was it 98 when they all dyed their hair?
Popescu, Dimitrescu, Hagi.
Petrescu.
Yeah, Petrescu. I remember a lot of Romanian players growing up. I know Mutu played a little bit, didn't he?
I remember him.
He did his drugs.
Yeah.
But I don't know anything about Romania anymore, and there aren't really any Romanian footballers. There's not like a Romanian playing for Barcelona or
remember that
Bayern Munich. Tell us about Romania, everybody, for God's sake. Will somebody just talk about Romania?
I didn't realise in 98 when we were in their group, they won the group. They got 7 points.
Yeah, they would have still had...
Do you want some names from that team?
Yeah.
Popescu.
Yeah.
Filipescu.
Yeah.
Kobatrayu. Dan Petrescu.
Yeah.
Munteanu.
Yeah.
Popescu. Georgi Hagi.
Yeah.
Moldovan. Ilya, I remember him.
Well, Popescu played for Spurs. Petrescu played for Sheffield Wednesday. Dimitrescu played for Spurs.
98
came after the 94 World Cup.
98 was my first one. You see,
Dragusin from Spurs plays for Romania. Yeah.
If we'd have won that group, so we'd have finished top. We'd have had Croatia in the round of 16, not Argentina, and then we'd have had Germany, who Croatia beat. Then we'd have had France, which you probably lost, but.
What Shaka Phillips says, best 3 in football, Brazil, Germany and Netherlands. For me, similar to South Africa, New Zealand and Australia. Must be talking about rugby. Yeah, Dragusin is...
what would you say is your number 2 sport?
Funnily enough, it's probably snooker.
Is it? Yeah, you do like your snooker, don't you?
But I haven't got any time to watch anything.
Until now, we'd like to unveil... That's snooker. Live watch-alongs from... Someone says...
To be honest, beyond footballers, the most people who follow me, because I've got a lot of followers on Instagram and stuff, is snooker players and pop stars.
Old pop stars, though.
No. Danny from The Script, Gary Barlow.
I'll rest my case, Your Honour.
No, there are a few cool ones that I won't name.
You got no cool ones following you.
I have.
You can't even name a cool one.
James Arthur.
James Arthur!
Yeah.
Remember any of him and Mini Minter had beef?
Oh, God, yeah.
Yeah, well, good for you, mate.
Game's back on.
Yeah.
Do you want to know the time, Niall?
46. Yeah, please. 46, 20, 21, 22, 23.
We're going to have some more of me posh nuts.
27, 28, 29. Switzerland.
I tell you what,
32.
I love a coffee. Can't have one.
No, we can order some in if you want. Yeah. Oh, he's just handed him in the face there. No, he's got up. So Bosley's done really well. Super chats coming in thick and fast. Get them in while Mark's off camera. If you want to know what he's really like to work with, get those questions in. Invite Tape Bros if you want to know about Romania. Probably will give that a miss. Mark, living out in Australia these days. Your content is keeping me going with the football. Thank you. Loving the United stand. Nice comment there.
Got vodka.
Michael Oliver is the ref for the Spain-Croatia game. Uh-oh. Right, we're cancelling the watch-along. Oh, good save down by his near post. Galashi. Was that the striker that scored the goal again?
Dua.
Do I love you?
Actually.
Who sings that one?
I've had Doisy Dams. I'm going to try a few M&M ones.
Yeah, good on you, boy.
Taste test. He's fucking knows at them all.
He bet he has as well. Kids these days. School these days. Love the streams and the podcast. Let's go Switzerland. That just says YouTube. So I don't know if that's just Rob Pilgrim there getting in touch. Ball's bouncing around in the area. Don't want to see a tackle like last night. It's been cleared. No red cards. You've got to be happy if you're hungry. Someone says, have we sorted my forfeit out yet? No, we haven't. We've not really been together. We will do something. I'm a man of my word.
Quality of nuts. That's the thing.
Yeah, lovely stuff. Which country produces the best coaches, Germany or Spain? Now, that's a good one to be getting into.
Germany.
Spain?
Easy. Give me some good coaches from Spain.
Val Bosque.
Boring.
Yeah, won a World Cup.
Martinez.
Pep Guardiola.
Yeah. Germany.
We had Pep Collette at Blues. Yeah. Nagelsmann. Klinsmann was good for a bit.
Flick.
Yeah.
Low. Beckenbauer. Rest in peace.
Do I love you?
I'm having some more of them M&Ms. They're good.
Yeah, we started the second half here now. Hungary having a lot more ball and a lot more forward than they have been really for the whole of that first half. I know you can see the stats there that have shown it up on the screen, but I just need a bit more penetration.
Me and now I was just having a chat about eating M&Ms, and the trouble is we'll eat them all if we don't stop.
Yeah, you get yourself around here, please.
Yeah, but people don't like it when they hear the crunch.
No, I know, yeah. Well, maybe don't eat them. Favourite cinema snack to go into the cinema with? Me, I'll put my hand up. I'll go Maltesers, but what I'll do is
Rebels.
No. I'll be respectful and I'll do the pack before the film starts. And then you're off your tits on sugar, ready to watch Dune 2. Which was it?
Is it any good?
Dune 2, amazing. I did
Inside Out 2.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, that's a. Which one's that one? Is that the one when he falls down the grate? Switzerland in? No, they're not. Galassi. Appreciate the Summer Heights High reference there. Halls with the £2. Halls. I've got Summer Heights High references for absolute days. I can pull them out anytime you want, anytime you like.
Inside Out 2, Bing Bong.
Yeah, not watched it, mate.
He dies.
That's my favourite Simpsons clip from back in the day when he's coming out of Empire Strikes Back and there's a full queue going and he's like, I can't believe it's his dad. And they're like, oh, fuck. Michael Oliver would be good with the UEFA VAR. Colin, I know what you're trying to do. Mark's eating his nuts. He doesn't want to choke on them. Michael Oliver, lost cause. Let's just be honest with it.
But the big question is,
but darling,
who's on VAR? Is it a British VAR team or have they got a separate VAR team?
You'd hope for the sake of this competition.
Answers on a postcard to that.
When was the last time you sent a postcard?
I say a lot.
Hmm?
I'd say that's saying a lot.
No, but I mean, when was the last time? I was just thinking, because I really used to like sending a postcard. Nothing better than going on holiday, not knowing the football results, buying an English paper that was a day old, and then yes.
There's something amazing about that.
Yeah.
It literally is. You used to be like a day behind.
Yeah.
You'd open a paper and that was your thing.
Yeah. Just got it.
Amazing, isn't it? 24 hours after the result, you're getting it.
And like Blues would be low down, so sometimes you wouldn't even get the scorer, so it'd just be the result. Ring your nan from the nearest payphone. We've got here fine. We're safe. See you in 2 weeks. Also fascinating.
I used to ring up and go, Mum, come fetch me.
Yeah. Well, you used to get homesick a lot, didn't you? North East West Midlands says...
True.
You can't put that on me. I miss Sweden in this tournament. I've had Kulusevski, Elanga and Isak up top. Magic, says Kevin Back. Northwest Mids for $10 says, always fascinated to me how many...
I'm sorry, I'm jumping
This band's paid $10.
Northeast Midwest.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the Pratt I'm going to own. Read it.
Always fascinated to me how many English people accuse Americans of being ignorant of anything outside America, yet these two had to Google what is Yugoslavia. Love you guys, just some bants.
We didn't. We absolutely didn't. What I said was there used to be a country called Yugoslavia in 1990, and I couldn't remember what current countries were part of Yugoslavia. So take your chat, shove it right up your arse and apologise. It's going to go right up your arse and out your mouth and his apology.
Well, no, he has paid £10 to say that, so...
He still needs to apologise, because I know what Yugoslavia is.
Okay, pay £10 more and apologise.
I know exactly what Yugoslavia is.
Pep Collette was bloody awful,
bloody
Will.
Good song about it by... No, that was Sarajevo. Miss Sarajevo. U2 and Pavarotti. What a song.
U2 probably follow you, don't they?
Is there a time to be forgotten? Go on. That is a lost song. It's a bit like Barcelona with Freddie Mercury. It must be about... If you do a song about a city, it gets buried. There's one about Stoke, apparently.
That will get buried.
Miss Sarajevo is a great, great song.
You heard the one about Solihull?
Here we go, look. Somebody just said, still bad knowledge. Oh, sorry, bloody Bamba Gascoigne. Font of all knowledge.
Isn't he is he an old historian?
Yeah.
Who's the Midlands one who does the Peaky Blinders one? Is he still alive? Carl Chin. Oh. That's anyone.
It's raining again. Love for polar bears, says Nev. Apologise to the chat that I didn't know what countries formed the old Yugoslavia. Apologies for that. I didn't swallow a bloody Balkans Wikipedia before I came here today. I just had a bowl of cornflakes.
Even with peanut butter on.
Yeah. Put the nuts down and do your job, says Ryan.
What's the
I'm
last?
Have a sugar rush now.
What's the last good sort of place name song?
New York, concrete jungle where dreams are made.
That was a good one. You remember this one? From Paris to Berlin, with every disco happening, we're gonna win the World Cup. Win the World Cup.
Rubbish.
Brilliant.
You can't sing, can you?
I can.
No, New York's bloody good. You know, Jay-Z wrote that for himself. And then Alicia Keys sang it and he went, yeah, you're better than me.
Really?
No, I don't know.
Jay-Z
he did write it for himself. It wouldn't have worked.
Is that your opinion?
Sarajevo was part of Yugoslavia. It's a great song. Maybe politically they can't sing it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't.
It's a great song. I listened to it the other day.
Don't Cry for Me, Argentina.
Not a city.
Yeah.
Well, I feel like we're doing an Alan Partridge call in here. Give us some songs of cities that were really good.
What's your favourite condiment? Gravy. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah. What did we have? We had Barcelona by Freddie Mercury for the Olympics in '92. Barcelona. It's a bit rubbish. Miss Sarajevo by U2 and Pavarotti was brilliant. In fact, I watched the intro to Italia '90 the other day. It was on Twitter.
Right.
Pavarotti. Oh, it just gets me. Even when I sing it.
I'll tell you, you remember when he did it for the Leicester winning season?
What, Pavarotti?
No, you were the man. Pacelli. Yeah.
He's a good lad.
Sorry, yeah, I forgot Noel, actually.
Blind
Big Leicester fan. Yeah.
Like, literally is blind. He's not faking it.
Oh, that would be weird if he was.
It's like them fans who get up from the wheelchair. They always make me laugh.
Andy from Little Britain.
There was one last season, wasn't there at Southampton, where he was in a wheelchair and then he scored and got up.
I went to...
I'd blag it. I'd say, it's a miracle.
I went Clarkson's Farm a couple of years ago, diddly squat. It was really muddy, and there was a woman on a motorised scooter. She got to the front of the queue, got stuck, got up, stood it out, picked it up, and carried on.
Normally they're just fat.
Benidorm, I've never seen so many motorised scooters in all my life.
There is... No,
doubles.
There is disability, but if we're going to call a spade, sometimes it's just overweight. Yeah. Like their knees have given way. It's true. We've just killed it here. Dun, 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 dun. Sweet Home Alabama. That's straight in the top 3. We're talking songs about cities. We're talking songs about cities. I think Miss Sarajevo is underrated.
Was it Tiny Tempo from Miami to Ibiza?
There's got to be one about Dublin. It's a dirty old town. It's a dirty old town. Don't upset the Irish. He did it. They love me in Ireland because I lived there for 3 years.
Love you in Ireland.
They do.
Galway girl, Ed Sheeran. My pretty little Galway girl. Come on.
I can't stand Sheeran.
Why? He loves the pod.
I do like Sheeran, actually.
Can I shock you?
Can I just shock you? Both of you are what you thoughts on Christian Craighead. The SAS soldier who stormed into Kenyan hotel complex and took out the terrorists still hasn't been recognised by the UK Gulf. Do you know anything about it?
No, don't. Sorry, Mark.
No.
Maybe slide that one.
We don't know anything about it, which is always a good answer, I think. I don't know anything about it. Don't want to get into it. It's like the election at the moment, isn't it? I've noticed that Neville's been quiet on Twitter and now he's retweeting everything to do with Labour, which is his prerogative, but Lineker does it as well. I don't care about your politics. I care about what you say about VAR.
I was watching the Rest is Entertainment the other day, and with Richard Osmond and I think she's called Marina Hyde, I think. She just did a very good speech. Basically, long and short of it, there's a book festivals, right? There's a company that was sponsoring them, venture capitalists, and they put 2% in fossil fuels in as investment. People saying been boycott them. And she was just saying not everything has to be political. Which is a big thing in 2024, I think.
You won me back then, because you lost me at the start.
Yeah, I did. I had to get through it quick.
Wobbly Banana has won.
Go on.
This is without doubt the best song ever written about a city.
I've not seen it, so.
Vienna Ultravox.
What's that one going like?
Boom, boom, boom. It's an 80s. Oh, it's just amazing. They were very good, actually, Ultravox. I think they did Dancing with Tears in My Eyes.
I think someone put it, actually, no, my favourite was, who put the chat in? Globetrotter, The Beautiful South, Rotterdam.
Not bad.
Been from Rotterdam, anywhere.
Still not as good as Vienna.
That was a good football chant that got turned into that.
Taylor Swift did one called
We've
Paris.
Been to Anfield.
I've
Old
just
Trafford,
made a mistake like you. You turned your nose up at Ireland. I've just done it
I
about
didn't turn
Taylor
my nose
Swift.
up at Ireland. I love Ireland.
See, everyone went to watch her at Anfield and it was raining. Part of me was laughing.
I'd like to see Taylor Swift. I don't know many songs, but the
Nevster says, yes, Mark, too many biggies on scooters.
I said, if you're looking for an investment, get yourself investing in scooter companies in Benidorm. Doublers. Oh, yeah. I don't want to put words in people's mouths, but I think I saw a tripler.
See, I can talk about the working class like I do because I am working class. I'm one of their people. So I can say a lot of people on scooters, mobility scooters, aren't necessarily disabled. It's more to do with diets.
Well,
then again, is that now a disability? I mean, I don't want to get into that. This is not.
That's for the second
talk
hour.
Radio. But the beautiful South, Rotterdam, let that come in your eardrums. I've just realised the football, we've had 15 minutes of the second half. It's 2-0 to Switzerland. And it's still very much...
There has been a lot more of Hungary, though.
It has been a good game. But Switzerland defensively looking in control. And Hungary just lacking quality in the final third, Will.
Yeah, just not. I mean, Szoboszlai there standing over the free kick, which you'd expect to see. Some Canadians there dressed up in full hockey gear.
Nev says they're getting so big they'll need tanks, not mobility scooters.
Steady, Nev.
Nev's really took to this, hasn't he?
Yeah, Nev's
he's been floating around loads of live streams all day.
Yeah,
and
feels
he's found something.
Yeah. Feels like an ex-wife situation there.
He's loving it.
Well, I was saying, have you ever watched Wall-E?
What the rabbit robots Disney thing?
Yeah, but because when they had that guy speaking about the dangers of AI, he was like, we could end up in a Wall-E situation where we're all just on big hovers, just mind-numbingly being taken around, served food, and that's what Benidorm reminded me of. Don't do that.
Margie, Streets of Philadelphia by Bruce Springsteen. That I think I've got my top 3. Miss Sarajevo, U2 and Pavarotti.
I think Rotterdam's got to go in there.
Ultravox.
She gets so many...
Streets of Philadelphia by Bruce Springsteen. That's my top 3.
We've been to Old Trafford,
ABBA must have done one.
Etihad.
Waterloo, is that classed as a city?
Well, they're talking about the battle, aren't they? But
is there a place called Waterloo? There is.
There
but
is
is
in
it
London.
more about a battle? Waterloo Sunset by the Kinks, but that's a station. It's not a city. Fairy Tale of New York. Bit Christmas centric. Although in Ireland, my place, if you go out for a drink in Ireland,
walking in Memphis. Now be walking in Memphis.
That's Springsteen again, isn't it?
I think so.
He must love cities. Do you think he does that on purpose? Let's write a song about every city. I've played that game. When I did my mini tour last year, I did Manchester, London, Dublin. And every one you go to, you just say, I love London. Oh, I just love Manchester.
You do love Dublin.
Funny enough, I do love Dublin, London and Manchester, but I would have said the same in Stoke, and I wouldn't have meant it. Just would have said I love Stoke.
Yeah, we saw Jackie probably did the same. This has been the best show we've had all tour, you know.
You can tell it's a lie.
Who was a bigger UK icon, Noel Edmonds or Goldbridge? Interesting.
I like Edmonds. Mark, please give a shout out to my little girl Jordan. She'll be 3 weeks old tomorrow. A new addition to the Man United family, and congratulations to her mum, Louise, my fiance. What, for having a kid with you? It's like a big... No, congratulations on childbirth and the birth of your daughter, but I'm not congratulating her for having a kid with you. Weekend getaway. Although I am, but I don't know... Yeah, move on. Good, great news. Who's done that? What was I talking about before I went off on a bloody tangent? It's annoyed me. I hate it when I do that. I hate it when I did that. I was talking about something else, and
Pompeii by Bastille. I think you really clutching at straws there, aren't you? Neho, 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 neho. That one. Englishman in New York.
Jerusalem.
Oh, I think that should be up there for the national anthem.
I've always wanted it to be national.
First Day of the Ashes, when that gets voted out.
Bring be my bow sword, bring my bow, brought upon England's blood. I don't know the lyrics.
Yeah. Did you have you ever watched Fisherman's Friends, the movie?
No.
We'll move on. A good chance there for Hungary as the header just goes wide.
They're coming back into this.
Is that Orban?
Oh, Fairy Tale of New York in Dublin. Brilliant, Peter. So when I lived in Dublin, I used to go out to the pub a lot, and at the end of the night, they would play 2 songs. One of them was Sweet Caroline,
right,
and then the other one was Fairy Tale of New York.
Really?
And it would be middle of June, 2 o'clock in the morning. They'd play that at the end of the night.
Brilliant.
And I just never really understood why, but that's the Irish.
Very nice when they did it at his funeral, wasn't it? Because he died just before Christmas.
Not for him.
No.
Couldn't hear it.
It was a lovely, lovely, lovely little touch. I think
I can't say it. I get in trouble.
If Hungary can get the next goal here, we've got a game on our hands.
London calling, hate it, Hulls. Yeah, we could do with a Hungry goal.
I'm hungry for goals. I'm hungry for this Nando's.
I'm not hungry now. I've just overdone it on the whole M&Ms.
Well, we need to be very concise with the order, because when are we going live for the next one?
4:30. Yeah, I need to start thinking about that.
Yeah, I need to start thinking.
Cambodia by Kim Wilde. Set me free, why don't... There is a song by Kim Wilde that I really like. Really niche.
Who's Kim Wilde?
Oh, she was a looker.
Was she?
In the 80s.
In the 80s.
It's a bit like Princess Leia. It's confusing, isn't it? You know, like Princess Leia, when you watch, like, Return of the Jedi.
Can't really speak about Princess Leia.
But when you look at her... Well, don't look at her now. But, you know, when you look at her before she died, it's confusing.
Yeah.
Because your brain sort of goes, if I did, it's still that, just older. But it doesn't look anything like it.
So, you know, I've just been to Benidorm.
Yeah.
There's a show on in Benidorm with Princess Leia and Darth Vader.
Oh, is it sexual?
Yeah. And it involves... I didn't go to it, but it involves scooters. New motorised scooters.
Rexy says, what are your thoughts on Wharton?
Yeah, love him. I mean, you've only got...
interesting how he took Wharton and Maino, I think.
Well, I was listening to it on...
Good play by Hungary here. God, look at that back 5 from Switzerland, though. This is the good thing about Switzerland. They're hard to score against, aren't they?
Overlaps on here. Here's the boss line. Bit of quality now. Where's that going? That's a good ball! It's a goal!
It's a goal!
And that's what you wanted. Game on!
I was just saying how good the back five for Switzerland looked, and a crap cross into the box comes in.
No, that was a great ball in. Knew where he was going.
The camera
Keeper couldn't come. Juicy dangler for the back post, and it's 19. It's everyone's favourite. Varga, not Vargas. Varga.
I'm confused by Switzerland here. They're in total control. That 3 centre-back system with the full-backs, wing-backs pulling back. Everybody's in position. They've got a back 8.
Barnabas Vargas, one of the players that I tipped for the Golden Boot.
Back, it's a foul. It's a foul on the left back. It's a foul on the left back, Will.
Wow, what an international career he's having.
He's pulling him. Watch.
Where?
No chance. It's weak defending.
It's a good header as well. He's got down and he's gone the other way. Sommer thought he was coming across him. He's gone to the near post. Barnabas Varga, 11 appearances for Hungary, 6 goals. This man is what they call in the business a goal machine, Mark. He can't stop scoring, and he's got another.
Game on.
Game on. That's exactly what we wanted.
Weak defending by the left wing back there.
For me, game of the tournament. Has to be for me.
I didn't think about it then. Who was the left back there? Absolute crap.
Would that have been Rodriguez?
No, but he's right back.
No.
Hey, well, I'm with you, Joel. I think it's crap defending by Switzerland, really.
No,
They've got everything's right.
Sabozlai's turned it on there. Put a lovely edge of the green there, Niall. I think you'll agree with me. Got the sort of 54-degree out. Put a lovely little curled one in there. But just the amount of loft on it to come down.
Apparently, I don't know whether it's been confirmed, Robster, says it was the guy who scored and got the assist.
Well, I did think he was playing left back, but sort of inverted.
He's let himself down there. He's done it. Oh, it was him. It was. Absha. Weak on that. Sabozlai's cross. A draw would be good, says Junior Films.
What a touch. That was offside.
Like, share and subscribe, says Solid Blake. What should we order in then? I think Nando's is a good idea.
I think, just maybe like a box of wings, then maybe do a main each. I don't want any chips. I think chips are the devil, aren't they?
Yeah.
All I've eaten is chips and burgers.
Mark, you're not on the United Stand now, mate. Why would I be on the United Stand now?
You have done the United Stand from here, though.
Yeah. I don't think anything's happening. I think the journalists keep the news back to do in between games. That's what I.
Well, a lot of them are out there as well, aren't they?
Yeah.
Your top What I was going to say was there was an interesting debate. I can't remember here about Southgate bringing these younger players because of the Ben White situation. So Ben White had been to 2 or 3 international tournaments, not played a game. Maybe sort of obviously speculation for the reason he left, but of having those players. So he brings Rashford and Grealish, not really playing. Has he seen something where he just thinks that they're not going to be a good influence, or like, whereas you bring a young player, they're like a puppy, aren't they? They're going to be like just soaking it all in, happy to be there, and not sort of bringing down the squad. So maybe that's the case. Could be completely wrong, and Southgate might be just going, F this. Got one more tournament.
Croatia against Spain is our next game.
Need to refuel. I've got soup in the. I might leave the soup then for Monday.
I'm a living example of greediness, really, because I had too many M&Ms. I was loving it at the time.
Yeah.
20 minutes later, stomach's going, what have you put in here?
Yeah.
Brain's going, sugar drop.
Yeah.
This is what you need. You are what you eat. Please do subscribe. 100 subscribers away from 165,000. Get involved. Got every game as a watch-along.
165,000?
1.165.
Oh.
I just don't put
the
the million.
I've only been away 2 weeks. What's happened?
It fell off. We fell off.
Are you guys going to watch Denmark tomorrow? Hoyle and the Goat. Every game will be a watch-along on this channel.
Yamal and Pedri start for Spain.
Brilliant.
16.
Didn't see that coming. I mean, Pedri sort of came to my attention really in the last Euros when it was...
One-way traffic from Hungary in the second half, apparently.
Swiss fans still going there, bouncing away. Lovely to see these full stadiums. A chance on the edge here. Can Switzerland recycle the ball? If they, we said the next goal was crucial. It's 2-1. Do they put their foot down now, or will it be Switzerland that get the next goal? Oh, I thought they were in there. At least it's been a good game.
Left 20
minutes. Hi guys, keep up the good work with the podcast and stuff. I've been enjoying that. But do you think England will actually win the Euros, and will it come home? That's from Kieran Parsons. Thank you, Kieran. I do think it. I always think it. But this is a head and heart situation.
Liam says 9 goals already as well.
9 goals already. No red cards yet. Only joking. What a terrible decision it was. Rasmus. Norway, I feel like I'm missing from this competition.
When was the last time Norway qualified for a tournament? Switzerland are in here. They could do with a third goal. My dark horses.
When was last time who qualified?
Norway for a major tournament.
Mark, there's no way I'm going to remember that. Thank you very much. I'll have a chicken breast and
I'm tempted to say maybe Brazil 2014, but the last tournament I really
They were there
remember,
98, Stefan Iversen.
Oh, I don't remember.
Oh, who was the keeper that was Norwegian? Who was at Spurs?
Torsvedt.
Was it? I used to love...
Eric Torsvedt, I think his name was. Well, they've got Haaland, Odegaard. They've got somebody else as well, haven't they? Oh, no, obviously they've got more than that, but like good players, Odegaard and Haaland.
You think that'd be enough to see him through some sort of qualification?
Depends how bad the defence is, though, isn't it? They've got another young lad who's a winger. I forget what his name is, who's coming through. I think he plays for Genk. Sorloth as well.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good base.
Muzza, that's it, Muzza.
I mean, I don't know who...
But the defence might be crap.
Go!
It's nowhere near.
Fabian Schär, you did say dangerous from corners. Inches away there.
Bob at Man City's Norwegian.
Bloody hell, yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? If their defence is crap and their goalkeeper's crap, like they might have Gunn in goal or something like that.
Not a great dive.
What's going wrong with Norway? That's what we want to know. Right, I'm going to have to eat. Did somebody say... Well, no, they're not sponsoring us, so they
did somebody say...
Should we order some food?
Yeah. Get on that food hub.
Yeah, I didn't look that good. It
did look a bit weird. It looked like it looked like an advert you'd see in Grand Theft Auto.
Local heroes, crispy crust, pizza, beef and buns.
There's a Nando at that Resorts World.
Would they do just standalone? Popular brands: McDonald's, KFC, Piri Piri, Burger King, Joe and the Juice, Starbucks, Subway.
Joe and the
Greggs,
Juice is quite healthy.
Caffè Nero. Why? How do you order from Nando's then? If they don't, do they just do that?
You got Deliveroo?
No.
Oh, let me have a look.
If you've got it, I'll give you the money. I'll literally just hand it to you.
Money
now.
yeah.
I think I've got it in my pocket. Oh yeah. Got a right wedge. Look.
You know what you've been doing?
It's only 30 quid.
You can't be carrying that amount of cash.
Did a bit of business on the way.
Thank you for the streams. Hope you're both doing well. That's a lovely comment, Jake. Hope you're well. How's your day going?
People should be nicer to each other. Kevin Campbell was a nice guy.
People should be nicer to each other.
Yeah. Every morning he used to put a lovely tweet out.
You know, when it gets to an election, people are going to vote for who they want. Like you know, the best thing we can do is all get together.
People are just horrible.
Shouldn't
be nicer to each other.
Nando's.
When it's your funeral, remember, people aren't going to go, oh, what a lovely guy he was. He was so nice on Twitter. They'll go, what a knobhead he was on Twitter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about.
You?
No. Oh. Nev says Nando's is the worst food ever. I think Nev just doesn't like people who eat food.
Yeah. Sorry, Nev.
Nev is a star.
Do you want to order now?
Yeah.
Subway salads are brilliant, says Dan Walker. Love your stuff, Dan. On
what's a good Nando's order?
What do you want?
Well, I quite like these pictures. This is not.
Fucking hell, Granda. Well, I quite like these pictures here of the chicken, and there's lots of chicken pictures.
I like a sunset burger. I do. Definitely.
Yeah, they're good actually. Put me down for one of them.
Yeah.
Neil, what do you want? 3 sunset burgers. That's good. They'll be happy with that.
Do you want medium hot?
What do you want? I'll have a medium as well.
Oh, that's easy because we'll all have 3.
3 medium sunset burgers. I am a chef and it sucks, says Nev Star. That's why. Now, Nev, did you go out with a woman that was a fellow chef and that's why you hate fat women?
The trouble with this is it's now saying add ingredients, but do you get it
Let's have a look.
to all of them? Because I'll have a bit of avocado on that. That's a superfood.
Is this the first one, is it?
No,
so it says 3. Oh, we see what the way... Do you want avocado... Do you like avocado now?
Yeah.
That's just easier if we all like it. Choose your meal on its own or regular side.
I have a regular side.
1?
Yeah.
Just do... just chips.
What they got? Oh.
Spicy rice.
No.
Chips, garlic bread. Sweet potato wedges.
Yeah.
Right. Fancy a drink?
Oh, go on then.
Coca-Cola, Coke Zero, Fanta Zero.
I'm not really bothered about a drink.
I'm not bothered about a drink.
What about Neil?
You have water, can't you? Pyrenees, get one of them in. £56 this is. You can put your card details in.
I'll give you £30 now, and then I'll give you the rest later.
Congrats, you got free delivery. Yeah, I fucking hope so.
Get a better delivery. Well, it's all going to come down to the delivery.
This is an extended delivery order. We're here to satisfy your hunger no matter the distance, but delivery times of fee may be higher. You're saving.
It's all going on.
Actually, I don't know if 3 sunset burgers with avocado.
Oh, I should have said Fanta Light, Brev.
I don't know if I've done this right.
Should have said Fanta Light, Brev. I'll do the chat while he's doing that. Please do subscribe. We're really close. Jamie says £56. What the fuck? You could feed. It is a lot.
Yeah, true. I mean, I've literally got a soup in the fridge.
No. Well, look, we only live once. We'll do it for bloody... No, we can't say that, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
We're having a good time. I'd love a coffee. That's what would do me.
Don't do a... You can probably get that on the other one.
I'm going to have a go. It's too late for a coffee.
Yeah,
I'm going to make a cup of tea in the gang.
And you'll really crash for your 8 p.m.
There's some milk left, isn't there, Niall?
We'll have to get it out of the machine.
Stick your head in there.
I can't believe what we've done. No, we're not saying what we did to the machine because we can't get done for it then.
I think I saw Sue around the machine last, actually.
Nevster says, I just hate fatties. They're a waste of space. Nevster. I'm not... Look, everyone's welcome as long as it's not racist, sexist, homophobic.
Fattest. Tallest as
Fattest is all right.
Steady.
No, because he'll get some back.
See that one on Lad Bible? His mate was fat, and he just texted him every day for 2 years, calling him a fat bastard, and he ended up having a body transformation.
I was watching This Time with Partridge yesterday, and he had
ordered, that is.
When's it? What time does he say?
Between 4 and 4:20.
Oh, that'd be good. I was watching Partridge yesterday, This Time, and yeah, do that. And tax, that is actually tax claimable.
Yeah.
There'll be some accountant going, no, it isn't. What is your details? I'll pay for it. I was watching Partridge yesterday, and he's been swimming, so in his left ear he can't hear because the water's stuck. So Lynn says to him, just put Jenny on the right. And he said, no, Lynn, no. Everybody knows that you look to left. It's the one thing the women movement haven't figured out yet. It's all I've got. And I thought, it's clever because it's true.
I love it. They're doing a new documentary series, aren't they?
Yeah. 12 minutes. I feel like Switzerland played really well, and that goal they got before half-time, it's almost like they think they've won.
Yeah.
And football is about swings and roundabouts, and Hungary could well get... I sort of want them too, because it's Switzerland inconsistent, isn't it?
Yeah.
They've switched off in the second half.
Every time that we've looked up away from our sort of weird and wonderful conversation, the ball's been in the Hungary attacking half, hasn't it?
Rainmaker says, the PJMOL should take notes. The first goal is one example of VAR done well.
Right, who's this number 9? If that's not Rag and Bone Man, I don't know who that is.
He looks like a monster.
Looks like there was a wrestler called...
he does. He looks like an absolute beast.
You could definitely see him on World's Strongest Man, couldn't you?
Yeah. I'm going to find out who he is.
It's like... who's the one that used to come on for... I can't remember. Anyway, yeah, we've got a great game. If you enjoyed it at home, let us know in the comments. Are you looking forward to... What's your favourite game of the day? For us, surely Spain, Croatia.
I am looking forward to Italy as well.
I do think Italy, of course, but I look at that first 11 now.
Number 9 for Hungary is a guy called...
Braun Strowman.
Adam.
Or Giant Adam.
He's called Adam.
Braun Strowman. No, not that one. Dave Mastiff, if you're an NXT UK fan.
Adam, Hungary.
I know my Braun Strowmans, how dare you.
This is where he's called Martin Adam.
Yeah.
And he's a Hungarian footballer who plays for K-League club Ulsan HD.
Oh, right, nice. Get on him.
What's K-League? That's
Korean, the Korean league,
oh,
I think,
right.
isn't it?
29. He was born in Budapest.
Nice.
6'3".
No, when I went to Budapest, I liked it. But
likes to eat a whole sheep every day.
You know, everyone does the baths there. Couldn't really get on board with that. Do you know what I mean? Like the big communal baths.
Wait, what are you on about?
When you're in Hungary.
I've never been.
Oh, God. You've been out bloody Solihull.
I don't do all that. PJ Moel should take notes. The first goal is one example of VAR done well. And Nick P says, do we get this VAR in the Premier League in 2 seasons like in the old days when we used to get movies a year later from America?
Matthew McFadden says Budapest.
Brother of Brian.
Another good bass song. My heart's in Budapest, my George Ezra.
Oh, that's what I'd expect that from Matthew McFadden.
He wouldn't be following you if George Ezra.
The best of George Ezra. You know who likes George Ezra?
Who?
Seb.
I like
he
George
appeals
Ezra.
to 6-year-olds. And not in that way.
One of the best.
I mean, like, George Ezra, I said this to the wife a few years ago. Every song, it's like his agent rings up and says,
oh,
George, we need a song.
Oh!
George, we need a song.
Yeah.
Goes for a walk and just come. Every song is based on something really basic, like, duh, duh, duh.
Yeah,
duh, duh, duh.
I like that, though. He's absolutely one of the best things I've seen.
It goes for a walk and he'll go, right, that'll do.
Yeah.
Put it together.
Put a title in front of
And if you follow me, George, you're lovely.
He's a big Man United fan, actually.
I'll take the piss. His songs are just very... Come on, give me another George Ezra song. I bet it's based on a really easy melody.
Yeah, no, they are, to be fair.
That's why Seb loves it, because it appeals to the...
It's on Peppa Pig.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Can you do a song a bit like the Peppa Pig? Easy. The baths are good in Hungary until the fatties come, says Nev. Nev, you are a fattist. It's confirmed.
Nev, right, come on.
I don't know where these ideas come from, George. Imagine George and his mates. They go, you are the modern day Lennon. Where do you get these? Where do you get these?
Literally Ricky Gervais.
I don't know. I just literally, I wake up in the morning and I just have this in my head.
What else does he do? What are his top ones? So that Budapest did. The other one is
I've done that one. Yeah. You can
blame it on me. It's a good tune.
Blame it on. That's not bad. If you bring it down a bit, it's still. Hungarians from Hungary are hungry for 3 points, says Howder.
Lovely that.
Paradise, George Ezra.
Have you learned a lot of different currencies?
No.
Like if someone was like NOK 59.
What's that one?
Not currency. Norwegian krone, that
George
was.
Ezra, I never heard of that.
You have? My lover.
Yeah, that's another one, yeah. Taylor Swift is literally basic female music, says Alex. Yeah, I'll leave that one with you and the Swifties.
Do not be getting on the right. I tell you what, we are pro Swifties here.
And we love Taylor Swift.
Actually, can we remove that comment? Because we are...
It's disgusting.
That makes me sick. We were outside Anfield the other day. We couldn't get tickets, but we're so pro, we just wanted to hear it.
Yeah.
I love...
Taylor Swift.
Blank Space. And I say your name.
Is that Taylor Swift?
Yeah, I hope so.
I don't know.
Idiot. Yeah, I think it is.
I don't know any of it.
No, what's another one she does?
Shake
It Off.
We've got 6 minutes to go.
And hopefully Switzerland can shake off this 6 minutes mark to stay in the game, because 45, 60 minutes of a great performance, but Hungary have fought back.
You know, there was a hipster, there was a Twitter United guy who's a bit baby reindeer to me, actually. I can't remember his bloody Twitter account is. He stalks me all the time. Like, he's proper baby reindeer. But he did a tweet. He's a nice lad. But he did a tweet last year and he got absolutely piled on by the Swifties. I can't remember what it was. And he's just a football Twitter guy who just talks about football stats. And I can't remember what it was. He got absolutely piled on by them.
There's loads of those sort of little not little, sorry. And I wasn't talking about the Swifties there, I must say. Quickly.
Let's just get off it.
Let's move on.
We don't want to offend anyone like that. Get Nevster, come and save us with your fat jokes.
Hi, Mark. Hope you've been in Dublin for a pint in the Hearthstone pub.
Hearthstone?
Yeah. Hearthstone?
Never heard of it. Longstone got knocked down. Lovely pub. Taylor Swift is Nevster. This is Nevster saying this.
No, don't, because honestly, you'll get clipped and then we'll be done.
I'm not doing it.
Don't do it. Just leave it.
Nevster's slagging off Taylor Swift, basically.
We're not, and we're definitely not doing that.
And likening her to the Glazers, which I think is a disgrace.
Guy called William in the chat. That's a good name.
Matthew McFadden says he started beef with a Swiftie and they all went to him immediately. I mean, it's a well-organised organisation, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, yeah. I think you look at that as well. It's a bit like the mafia. You got your captains at the top, then you got your generals underneath.
They're monitoring everything.
And then you've got your Capitanos in there as well.
Is she still going out with that
Travis Kelce. Yeah, and they're very happy.
Good.
And we're happy for them.
And when she went out with that Hiddleston.
Tom Hiddleston.
Yeah, from The Night Manager.
Well, there was rumours last year that she was going out with Fernando Alonso.
Really?
Yeah. But those were
for
just
some reason
rumours.
I was thinking Xabi Alonso.
But those rumours we don't care.
Got time to be going out with her. He's got. He's a proper.
But if they were together, we'd be happy for them, and we're happy for the community as a whole. And we'd just like to say thank you to any Swifties that are watching today.
Which there won't be. We are currently only 40 subscribers away from 165,000, so please do subscribe. Bottom right-hand corner, we've had a steady 12,000 watching this game with us today, which just shows the brilliance of the community.
Hit that!
But also the hunger for football that we're going to have here. Gutted you won't read my comments, as Nevster. I'll read it when you're taking the piss out of fat people, but I will not read anti-Taylor Swift stuff. It's just not worth it. It really isn't. I can deal with that hate. I can't deal with the Taylor Swift stuff.
Excuse me.
Yamal is starting, says Alex. Yep, we are back at 4:30, straight after this. I'm going to go Croatia win. People think I'm stupid. I've played the game.
I'm going Spain.
Switzerland are running on empty here. They've done nothing second half, have they?
Here we go, Switzerland. Now, can they get this third goal to put the game to bed?
Rubbish.
Is he on?
Leave him. Play on.
My word.
What are you doing, mate? You bloody bottled that. Why has he not played on?
Oh, that's a
That is a terrible mistake. If he plays on,
because he leaves it as well.
Through 1-on-1, and he's gone back.
It's not even about.
He's blown his whistle straight away. He's made a right mistake there, ref. Play on, ref, says David Hogan. Junior Films, let them play. God, let them play. Why is he?
Must be related to Michael Oliver.
He's saying it as well.
Lovely grey.
He's the Swiss coach, like the grey.
Yeah.
Like the T-shirt.
If you've...
He's got that wrong. No, he wasn't offside. The other player wasn't offside.
Not the one on the far right.
The one offside was leaving it. Yeah. The other guy would have been on.
That is a stinker. And that's why these tournament officials need to hang their heads in shame.
I thought you'd bring back hanging then.
No.
FC Lau says, are Switzerland going through to the round of 16? Well, if you listen to the podcast Goldbridge Saves Football, we discussed this. And Switzerland are my team in the sweepstake. Will's got Czech Republic and Niall's got Austria. So we're all keeping an eye out on those.
Ref.
But I think in relation to Switzerland, their big problem is inconsistency. Now, first 45 minutes, you'd say, very good tournament coming.
Yeah.
Second 45 minutes, you'd say, a little bit concerning. I would say, let's see what happens in their next game, because it's Scotland, and they, I think, at 2-0, probably got a little bit arrogant.
Yeah. If you're a Scotland fan now and you're watching the dying moments of this game, what do you want? Do you want another Switzerland goal to get the goal difference up?
I think Scotland just need to focus on themselves. Shot from the edge of the box, and it goes for a corner. Nevster says, I got 60 likes on my Taylor Swift thing, so it means something surely. Well, you don't need me to read it out then, do you? Because people have already read it.
And also, it's not something that we agree with here on That's Football.
Well, you probably do. You just don't want... You're scared.
Oh, I like Taylor Swift.
Me too.
Good. And that's the end of it. What are the other games we've got Sunday? Because I'm so in England mode on Sunday. Imagine Denmark are playing.
Denmark and England are playing, and the other game will be the group. I don't know.
No, Sunday we've got.
Might be Netherlands at 2.
Poland, Netherlands at 2.
That's a good game. That's a good game. Sunday's a good day.
Monday's rubbish.
Go! Oh, no. I thought it was in.
It's a good save.
Keeper's made a good save. He plays for somebody. Doesn't play for Leipzig.
We've literally had this conversation at the start of the stream.
Plays for Leipzig, yeah. People were talking about Cobble.
Oh, that's a good save.
That's what I said.
And a good little away as well. Honestly, keeping, you've got to be nuts to be a keeper.
Cobble
still being prepared.
Is Swiss. That's why Cobble plays for Dortmund and he's Swiss.
Oh, so he's the backup
to Sommer, which is interesting. Look, let him speak. Let him do his job.
Let him speak, Simon.
Yeah, that goalkeeper plays for Leipzig.
And now read your name. Switzerland manager looks like a musician professor, says Arturo
Which he
Vengas.
Actually is in his spare time. You can book him for lessons in trumpet, trombone and recorder.
5 minutes of added on time.
Cobble's not even on the bench for Switzerland.
Wow.
Oh, he is.
I thought they had both keepers on the bench.
No, they do. I never put a goalkeeper on. You know, that's one thing that computer games have really messed up on.
What?
I never put my goalkeeper on the bench.
FIFA, I don't have a goalkeeper. Football Manager, I always have a goalkeeper. Mark.
It never bites you in the arse.
Well done. It's just going to bite you in the arse.
Not on FIFA.
No, not
Football
FIFA.
Manager,
no.
it will.
Yeah, Football Manager.
Thomas says, please stop reading fat notes.
Here we go, Mark.
This is it. He's going to wait. He's going to slip him in. And he's through one-on-one.
Oh, lovely footwork.
And he's going to round the keeper.
Oh, he's took out
this. Cut it back. Cut it back. What the hell? Switzerland should have finished this game.
It's a lovely ball. It's lovely feet work, really, isn't it? Just got stuck in, but then he gets it back out, rounds the keeper.
Foul on the centre back, but it was his own keeper.
It was his own
subs that have been made, by the way. Mbolo is on for Vargas.
Yeah.
Dua came off for Amdouni.
Dua!
I recognise that name as well. Amdouni. He plays in the Premier League, doesn't he? Amdouni. He play for Bournemouth.
Let me just look at the name.
Lots of subs actually. Sierro, Sturjo, Amdouni.
Mbola's on as well.
Mbola came on, yeah, about 10 minutes ago for Vargas.
Yeah.
Amdouni.
Yeah, let me have a Google of him. I got you.
Ronaldinho statement.
Burnley.
That was it, yeah. What's the Ronaldinho statement all about?
Ronaldinho statement.
Goldio says, great content, but dreadful Nando's order. Yeah, we sort of did
It's just easier to be.
Yeah, no one did anything different.
That's fine, though.
Bloody Burnley. What happened to Zakaria? I actually thought he was in the squad.
Ronaldinho says he'll never watch another Brazilian game.
Zakaria's not on the bench. Ronaldinho. I don't care what you do.
Probably one of my top 5 goals is one at Stamford Bridge with a little shimmy and shake.
Yeah, Zakaria, I thought, was in the squad, but he's not on the bench.
If there was ever a moment for Adam, this number 9, to be on the pitch, it's at 2-1 down.
It looks like he's blowing out his arse.
Yeah, he does.
He may as well be Rag and Mo, man.
Yeah.
Take me to work. Is that him?
No, that's...
Who's that?
I think you just combined about 3 artists there together. That's Hosier. And it's not Take Me to Work, it's Take Me to Church.
Oh, yeah. Go! Mbolo! I think it is. Yeah. Apparently he's fighting for fitness.
Well, he's not fighting for form, Mark. That's a fantastic goal.
In fairness, in the last 5 minutes, Switzerland have come alive, and that encourages me, Will, because it shows me that they've got bounce-back ability.
Yeah, but I mean, the gaps have been open, and Hungary are going for the game.
Hungary's got to go for it, haven't they?
Someone's got to do the running that Adam's not doing up front, because he's obviously there for a good time, not a long time.
Shocking defending, says Liverpool lad.
Oh, no, the fondue and goulash line has been torn up. It's a long ball. This is what I play football for. None of your tiki-taka. Oh, it's shocking. Is that Orban?
Mbolo took it well, though.
Yeah, it did. Off the chest.
I think that was Orban that time. He's tried to head it back to the keeper, and he's basically provided the perfect assist.
Chest, bounces once. Where's that hat come from? You see that?
Did he have a hat on himself?
No, there's a Santa hat on the pitch. How's that got all the way there? Has a bird dropped that? Where's that come from?
It must be his.
No.
Who does Mbolo play for now? I think he's in...
I'll have a Google for you.
Germany.
Well, I mean, 4 goals in this one.
Knee support it was, apparently.
Oh, was it?
4 goals in this one, yeah. 6 in the other, that's 10. Divided by 2, we're averaging 5 a game.
He's at Monaco at the moment, where he's played 37 times, scores 13 goals.
Looks like a pair of white pants.
Does look like a pair of pants.
Came off his knee.
Well, he's not been pants, he's been great.
He's like them bloody
Are they
It was his knee support.
His knee support.
It's like them bloody Motability scooters, isn't it? He's faking it. Yeah. Nothing wrong with him now, is it? When he bloody scores a goal and runs and celebrates and does a big jump. Oh, nothing wrong with your knee now, is there?
It'd be one total attempt, 1 on target, 1 goal.
I'm tempted to say Kneesy done it. Does it?
Yeah, good, yeah.
Ruined the does it bit. Focused on the Kneesy too much and then said done it. Terrible defending by Hungary, but well taken by Mbolo, who apparently would normally start over Dua, but is coming back from injury.
Not bad, though, is it? It's worked out quite well for him.
Yeah.
Oh, he was at Mönchengladbach in Mbolo, wasn't he? That's where... And Schalke. How old is he now? He's still only... He's 27.
Yeah. I think at 2018 World Cup, he was sort of like being spoken about around Man United.
Was he?
In fact, he nearly did sign for us.
Oh, no, this is where it could get a little bit silly. And Bolo in again down the right-hand side of the pitch. Hungary.
He's a unit.
Oh, that's
what a cross.
Lovely.
What a cross.
Lovely disguise on that there, wasn't
Dracula just died from that cross. It was that good.
They get it.
They will.
Oh, a cross. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And
that's it, surely.
Where's Zakaria? Is he in the squad?
Blow the whistle.
Berla's knickers came off, says Alex.
I mean, Granit Xhaka's only lost that one game of football then, didn't he? That was the Europa League final. Keeps on winning.
Sese says Switzerland are just too good for Hungary, Will.
I started watching a very good documentary about Greece winning the Euros in 2004. Very, very good. Not finished it.
So boring though, aren't they?
No, but it was quite a good story.
Zakaria's injured. Is he in the squad? That was the question.
Surely. What's he adding on? 90 seconds for the goal?
Nick P says Hungary have lost and I'm loving it. That's for his ex. Have that.
Nice, yeah.
Nick went out with a Hungarian female, I think it was.
Yeah.
Could have been a male. Let's not discriminate.
No.
But he doesn't like Hungary because of it.
Yeah.
I don't What?
No.
No.
We'll see you when it's done, mate.
He's bloody eager, this producer. You don't get that with Lewis Bowden.
Yeah, you'll be on a bloody delay in a minute, mate, when I've finished with you.
The ref said 2 minutes, but he's added on 5. He's enjoying himself.
We're watching Spain-Croatia.
Next.
Now.
Yeah. I don't think I've ever disliked a nation based on one person I met.
No.
I mean, I've met plenty of rude Americans in my life.
I'm sure that's just xenophobic, isn't it, if you meet one person?
But I know loads of nice Americans.
Yeah.
You can't just dislike.
I mean, there's probably a lot of people that hate English.
There's a lot of.
That's it.
I tell you what, there's a lot of.
That's it, Niall.
Yeah, but it'll stop the stream. Don't do that yet.
The timer.
Oh, the timer. There's a lot of football pundits who dislike players based on their nationality. Let's be honest.
And we're not two of them.
But we'll leave that to the next show. Oh, I didn't tell the story about the woman and her dog.
Well, I've come back at 5 p.m. 4:30. Sorry.
I nearly got into a massive argument about that today. Fantastic stream, everybody. You've been absolute legends. We've really enjoyed that. And a good game. You know,
good game.
Good game. Really was a good game. And I'm just looking at what is to come. Obviously, we're back in about half an hour.
Oh, yes, orders out for delivery.
We'll tell you what that was like. So, yeah, Spain-Croatia, we're back at 4:30.
Really excited for that
Albania at 8.
Yeah.
Tomorrow you've got Netherlands at 2 against Poland. Denmark, Slovenia, England, Serbia.
Wish England was at 5. That would have been nicer.
Yeah, they are on the next one. Romania, Ukraine on Monday at 2:00. That I actually think. Well, I will watch that because we will because we're doing a watch-along. But I think Romania is a discovery, isn't it? Belgium, Slovakia, Austria, France. That's going to be good. Austria, France will be.
So look at that now. We got Germany, Switzerland top +4, +2. I think if you're Scotland, you're happy that third goal's in for Switzerland, and it becomes a bit of a straight shootout between Switzerland and Scotland.
That's how it's going to finish, isn't it? Because Switzerland have got Scotland next.
This was the game.
Germany got Hungary next. They should both win that. 6 points, and then the other two maybe. Nevster said, "Great watch along. I'll be back for more." You're very welcome, Nev. Let's just tone it down on the.
Can't think says, "Do you guys actually like each other? Something feels off."
It's just the way we do the content.
We'll reveal a bit more about that 5.
It's a bit like when it goes off. When we hit off, there's no talking for half an hour. It's just literally I'll walk out.
You go into another room.
Dressing room. Yeah.
People have to bring it. It's a bit like the end of the Gallagher brothers, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Just get it out
we
there.
have separate
do your work.
dressing rooms, and Niall's sort of on the fence, although likes Will more. Let's be honest.
Yeah, and that's facts.
By the way. Anyway, we will be back in half an hour. Thanks everyone for watching. Loved that stream and a bit of food. Toilet breaks, wash your hands, a bit of a stretch, and we will be back in half an hour. For Spain against Croatia, Yamal starts. I'm saying Croatia win. You're saying?
Spain 3-0.
There we go. We'll see you in a minute.
Bye.
Hit that button. And it should say now, pushing them to the other one. That was good.